and welcome back to another episode of FOMO. This is part 2, Time After Time. It might be the last part. There might be another part next week. We're going to find out, depending on how well we all do tonight. We're all sleepy and very chill, and we hope that you are too. Welcome to D&D at night or in the morning, depending on where you are, because we're all over the world here. My name is Mike Farty. I am the DM for this evening. I am not any of the normal DMs who you might be used to seeing on this channel, but I hope you enjoy this journey that we are going on tonight. Before we get started, I want to shout out a couple of things and people. Thing number one I want to shout out is Sirenscape. Sirenscape is going to be playing all of the music that we hear tonight and the random sound effects. And generally we get they're really great. They let us use all of this stuff for free. It is a big help to your campaigns. If you're doing stuff over Zoom or in person, it's a really great way to add some depth. So go check out Sirenscape. They've got these wicked online players. It's the best. The other thing for augmenting your game experience is Dwarven Forge. Dwarven Forge is a mini creator, so you can actually go online, you can create any character that you want. Did I say I'm doing it wrong?
Heroes Forge.
Dwarven Forge isn't sponsoring us. Go look.
I was like, when did that happen? Sick.
Hero Forge, thank you. You fixed it in the thing. This is how tired I am today. Kira, can you just do this?
Do you like miniatures? Do you want to build some miniatures? Well, have I got news for you? Check out HeroForge.com. You can build little miniatures like that. You can't build little miniatures like this, but you could get probably pretty close. It's a really cool website. You can make your own guys. You can make whatever character you want. You can make lizards. You can make humans. You can make elves. You can make, I don't know, probably some sort of weird dragon robot hybrid if you wanted, honestly. You can make just about anything. You can paint them whatever colors you want. You can give them pretty much any weapons you can imagine. It's crazy. It's actually like they got like so many selections on there. You'd be blown away. And then they print them off for you. They 3D print them, and they can send them to you unpainted or painted, whatever you like. It depends on if you're one of these people who have like 8 million tiny little bottles of paint in your house, all of different like shades of cerulean. If you're one of those guys, well, you're in luck. It's another great spot. Check them out, HeroForge.com. They've been our sponsor for the last season here, and they've been fantastic.
And thank you, Kieran. And Dwarven Forge, if you're listening, you could get an ad just like that. If you sponsor us. So, I know you're there in the stream, so give us a sponsor, why not? Another person I want to thank is Brepai. If you've been on this channel before, you have seen Brepai's art. It is incredible. It is here behind me. We don't have art for these particular characters here tonight, but I am sure that if you've seen any of the streams on here, you have been absolutely blown away by the characters that have been up there. Their links are below.
You saw some Brepai art just before if you were in the pre-stream watching the little animated walkie-walkie of the Scales Above characters.
So cute. So good.
There's Brepai art.
Hey.
On my Tika.
So, let's, I guess before we go into the recap and stuff, let's meet all of our players here. So starting below me and to my left, let's start with Josh.
Hi everybody, I'm Josh, or Josh the Pirate. I am a role player and D&D streamer from Perth, Western Australia. If you like my face, you can find me in There Be Dragons. That's actually my voice. If you like my voice, you can find me in There Be Dragons, the podcast, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar. And if you like my face and my voice, you can check out Pupperotica, which is my puppet show that I do with my lady wife in Fringe in Perth. That's sort of what I do, and I am the I'm the humble DM for Humblewood on Monday nights here on Roll for Damage, and we've got a bit of a surprise on Wednesday evening, AWST, coming up, so stick around for that. Check out the Discord for information coming up on that. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Josh. Let's go below Josh to William Wraith, played by AgentNumberOne.
That's me. I'm Agent Number One. You can find me over at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AgentNumberOne, where I stream on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. A mixture of strategy games and variety stuff. Doing all sorts of crazy, wacky stuff. We just did the last spell this week. We're doing Kenshi next week, which is bound to be a laugh. You can also, if you want me on more D&D, find me over at Wonders and Blunders, www.wonderandblunder.com, where our 100th episode comes out on Monday. Which has been a crazy 2-year experience. I play a giant lizard folk barbarian. I also do sound effects and music on the podcast. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. It's a hoot. And season 2 is coming very soon.
Next up, we've got Ruby Red, played by Shannon.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shannon. So nice to be with you all this evening/morning. Thank you for being here. I am from Paradise RPG. And up until about a month ago, I played our party rogue, and now I am the one is in the sweatshirt. Now I'm playing a monster hunter monk named Katya, and she is fabulous. And her mini should be arriving very shortly from Hero Forge, so I'm very excited to paint that. You can find me on all socials at sroby25. I am our community manager for Paradise. I like to cosplay and voice act and do lots of performing things because I'm a real life bard. And I'm playing our bard tonight, Ruby Red, who is a disgruntled director of the drama club at the Spire Academy and is not happy at all that she had to be pulled away to this mission when she was a mere 3 days away from opening night.
All right, and lastly we have Felix, played by Sean.
Hey everybody, my name is Sean O'Donovan. You can find me on all social media at Odo_Sean. That is SEAN. I am the DM over for the flagship show for Paradise RPG, Advantage in Paradise, as well as the variety streamer for our Thursday night show, Relaxing in Paradise, where I paint minis, play games, draw maps, do all sorts of fun stuff. Recently we've been painting this big old worm. And yeah, I'm Mr. Paradise himself, and I also play Felix over here for this lovely 2-shot, 3-shot, wherever we end up. Felix is the potions teacher, as well as general pain in the ass for Ruby Red, and resident kind of hippy-dippy faculty member.
Amazing. So this crew, as a bit of a catch-up for those who might not have caught last time, or who might be a little hazy on it like I am, which is why I'm looking at my notes. This crew is part of the Faculty of Observation of Magical Objects of the Spire Academy. They have been sent on a mission to explore and catalog a city that has recently been discovered trapped in a magical bubble and floating over the ocean. A magical, hyper-powerful Dispel Magic cannon was used to get them inside, at which point they were told that they would have to spend 24 hours inside the city, finding out all the information they can, making sure it's not too dangerous, and then they would be extracted afterwards. Upon making their way inside, from the outside, it looked like the city was choked in some kind of vines and that it was completely abandoned. Inside was a completely different story. A sprawling city with twisting alleyways and hundreds and hundreds of people within it, all celebrating the Festival of Endurance, which is a festival to Ilmater, the god of endurance. Everybody wearing blue robes and wearing blue flowers around their necks and in their hair. They were just generally having a great time. The party explored around a little bit. They also experienced a strange feeling upon entering the city where they were put into just kind of an endless white void. And below them, they saw dancing a half-elf man and an orcish woman. Upon going inside the city, Erwin noticed a striking and semi-unnatural blue flower in the hands of that same half-elf who they saw dancing before they entered. Ruby managed to steal some drapery from the outside of the inn to make everybody costumes so that they would fit in with the crowd, striking the ire a bit of the innkeeper, but she very quickly straightened her out, giving her a new appreciation for the arts. William made his way into the Wanderer's Mirage, the tavern, and actually met the half-elf in question, who he found out was named Timon, who owns the Bell's Botany shop, which Erwin had seen him closing down. The crew was sent into this city to find a magic book, which was said to be held by the city's magister. Upon following the crowd, they made their way close to the Palace of Ilmater, where they saw the orcish woman who they saw dancing, speaking with an old wizardy-looking man who stormed off in a huff. Timon and this orcish woman we later learned was named Layla had a short conversation, then also went their separate ways. At which point, Ruby and Erwin decided to go try to find the Magister's house to hopefully track down the book inside, while William and Felix took in the sights of the festival, eventually making their way into the ball.
Yeah, you guys go work. We're just gonna go party.
When they made their way inside, Felix found Layla, who had changed into a dress and seemed to be waiting for somebody, and taking the opportunity, struck up a dance with her. At the Magister's house, they found it seemingly abandoned, all the lights off and the doors locked. But Erwin was able to turn into a snake and sneak inside to open the door. But as Felix was starting to get some answers from Layla, and Ruby and Erwin were making their way upstairs into the tower, there was a great rumbling accompanied by William's wraith, or spectral companion, kind of freaking out and starting to attack people. There was a great rumbling under the ground, and the dead rose en masse, starting to swarm over the city, opening up a sinkhole beneath the festival grounds, semi-demolishing a house next to where Erwin and Ruby were exploring. A massive golem of discarded, but rotted away elephant skeletons came parading out of the garden to the west, chasing people. The group managed to save quite a few people. William diving into the sinkhole to stop people from falling inside. Felix, basically teleporting into the elephant's mouth to save somebody and then disappearing. And Ruby and Erwin creating a net, and Ruby turned into an eagle and managed to swoop people off of a collapsing balcony into the waiting net below. At which point, a great explosion came from the center of the town, the well being destroyed, and a lich appeared and began looking around and screaming, then said, "Stop, I can't remember," and held up the book, assumedly the one in question, cracked it open. A great orb of blue energy came out, and just like when they entered, they saw the white light, the two figures dancing, and then ended up on a heap in the ground. So, that is where we begin. All of you in a heap, having just fallen out of the sky, and with a man with black hair standing over the top of you, looking down, saying, "Well, you don't see that every day."
No, you don't.
Oh. Are we dead?
No.
Oh, did we just wake up? Did any of you? Was that a dream? Were you all there just now? The undead?
I was confused.
Yes, of course we were there. What,
Ruby, you
what
alright?
is going on? Yeah, fine. Get off.
Sorry,
Yes, I'm fine.
sorry. Terry, get off. Lazy fucking reptile. All right.
Is this? Are we?
Finish words. Finish sentence. Use your words.
Old man, whereabouts are we?
Well, you're in Yarrum, of course.
The date, man. The date. Think of your kids, Marty.
The Emperor's year of 1820.
That's the year, not the date.
Oh, well, of course, the Festival of Endurance.
Yeah, the final day of the festival?
Yes, that's right. The ball's tonight. Is that not why you made such
Yeah,
great
no, it is.
entrance?
Good. I'm glad we got it right again. Yep.
Oh man. Well,
Someone press the reset button. That
yeah, seems like this little pocket world is also a little pocket time watch. Okay. Oh boy.
Josh has a question about the necromancer, the lich, the person who made us die.
Yes.
Did they look familiar?
They didn't. They looked like they were extremely dead. Mostly skeletal.
Like Skelly. Okay.
Yeah.
You said they were wearing the blue robes that
They were
literally
wearing-
everybody in the town is wearing.
Yeah, that's not useful
Doesn't
for
narrow it down,
identification.
but-
Yeah, at least
They-
it's not
they-
us.
And they cracked open the book, and that's what when the reset happened.
Yes.
Oh, well, it looks like we're gonna have to get that book, and get out of here if that's what did this.
Helpfully,
I'll see that vision again of the dancing people and the flower
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
do you
I
reckon
don't
that's
know.
relevant?
Of course it's relevant. Why else would we be seeing it? It's a plot point.
Maybe we gotta.
Need a plot point.
We
Gotta make it
we
happen.
Gotta get,
to make that happen. Yeah.
The
Life
half
isn't a
elf and
play,
the half
Ruby.
orc need to
Yeah, they need to
become.
dance.
They
Yeah.
become one.
They need to. Okay.
I mean, I
They
like
need
that
to
plan.
dance at the thing.
Yeah. So we need to get, what was his name? The chap who's
shouldn't
got the
dance with
flower
him.
shop?
You don't suppose he was just mad at you for dancing with this girl, do you?
You think Timmons the
Oh.
necromancer?
Maybe.
It feels like
Maybe,
a
I mean,
slight overreaction.
It was. Man, it was a respectable dance. It was nothing. You know, I said it was just all in good fun for the festival. I don't think Timmons that kind of guy.
He came out of the water fountain. Maybe it's some sort of a deep ancient burial of a lich or something.
There were an awful lot of them too. It wasn't just like.
There was a lot
The
of
city was
zombies.
just crawling with dead. Excuse me, old man. Is there a lot of dead in this city?
Well, it's a big city. Many have died.
Crypts or something.
Yeah, but you got catacombs underneath, Gary.
Oh, yes. The
I
place
just
is
asked-
lousy with catacombs.
Just ask. Great.
sorry.
Where do we go? Where do we go to get that tourists we'd like to see?
We want.
Oh, I see. You weren't able to snatch up enough flowers, and you were going to head down to the catacombs to steal some. I heard some mischievous teens.
What do you
have been
think? We're
doing
like a
the
bunch of
same
punk
thing.
kids or something going after that?
No, wait.
Jeez, you've got
He
no
was just
respect for
saying
the
that
dead.
No,
in
man,
terms
we
of
just
plot
want
points,
a
we need to let him
haunted
finish.
All right,
What was that you were
I-
saying about mischievous teens?
Oh, I just that there were mischievous teens that are making their way into the catacombs to steal flowers. I didn't want to make any assumptions about what you were doing, but
I mean, we
You've
are.
said
do
that
we look-
before.
Yeah, he did.
did
We're,
I?
we're not teens.
Yeah, Gary.
But,
Did I? Oh. Did I introduce myself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't remember? It's fine. You just gave us your name earlier.
Oh, well, this must be the heat. It's been a long day.
well, thanks for your help there, Gary. You have a nice festival now.
You
Maybe
Why
as
just
did
well.
you make those costumes again?
Are we still wearing the
Think
costumes?
so.
You're not. No, you're wearing. So you have reset it completely
time
to how you
reset.
were.
I'll be right back.
Well, but before we go, Gary, are there any kind of like haunted tours of the catacombs that we can take part in?
Well, I mean, if you were looking to pay somebody for a tour, can't think of anyone better than old Gary here to show you the way.
Oh, all right.
For a good coin, of
You do a
course.
lot of tours like that, Gary?
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to inside that. I want this to happen.
I mean, it's better than wandering around down there just by ourselves.
Absolutely. And to make Gary not worried at all, I find a flower, a petal of some sort on the ground, and Druid craft more flowers out of it.
Oh, so you're not.
We don't need to steal them. And I give them to Ruby.
Oh yeah, we're no ruffians here. We're just a couple of visitors.
We say as Ruby is tearing blue sheets off the nearest building.
Yeah.
Cursing
Probably
under
Gary's
the whole
house.
time.
Yeah, and you see that same stout innkeeper
Let
just
me
make
guess.
her way out the front door.
Let me guess. You're gonna give me some crap about the arts.
I was gonna give you crap for tearing down my banners.
It's
But if you're an artist, then I'm gonna give you twice as much crap, because that's just a terrible way to spend your life.
Excuse me? That is my entire livelihood, and you should know better. The earth without art is just eh. So, think on that. Art. Yeah, I did so much better last week.
I have never heard that phrase before. That's excellent.
I've seen it on like Instagram a bunch. I really like it.
Yeah, you can see William becomes like visibly uncomfortable. Just embarrassed on behalf of Ruby.
Yeah, you can roll intimidation, but you can do it with advantage because you have done this before.
Excellent.
You have shouted at an old lady before.
Yeah.
I am proficient in shouting at old
22.
ladies.
Okay.
And making them appreciate the goddamn arts.
Oh, my boundary won't go. I'll just reload that. But
Have you ever
with a
seen
20,
a play? Sorry, I've been dying some time.
and she's like, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, I don't want any trouble. Just take the banners. I can get new ones."
Thank you.
And
Go see a play.
Right away.
Better yet, work backstage at a play so you can see how it all works.
Oh, but I'm so busy.
Oh, it really is quite complicated back there.
I mean, you pretty much have to give up your whole life if you're going to be doing it, so drop whatever else you're doing. It's all consuming for the most part.
I mean,
Can Erwin take this poor beleaguered woman by the shoulders and steer her away from them? It's like, thank you very much for the banners. We will return them with interest. Consider it a loan, not a steal. All right, thank you, thank you. Have a nice day. You don't have to be in a play.
as you're leading her away, Ruby's just screaming, "Tech crew! Tech crew!"
She's like, "Right away, Mom." And even with the coddling on the back, she's just like shaking inside.
Nope.
So Gary says, well, if you're intent on going to the catacombs, there are several routes that we could take. I don't know if there's something else you were hoping to see on the way. I know that there is not so secret, but a secret entrance to the catacombs behind the waterfall and the gardens, which can be quite nice. And there is also the official entrance, which is inside of the palace.
I love gardens.
I mean, if it's behind the waterfall, it is kind of the water feature in the center of town that we are going to be wanting to explore down there, I reckon.
Yes, okay, well, then follow me. And he starts to waddle his way forward. Not the fastest guide, but you can see that he is walking through the streets and looking around at all of the people here with just this loving gaze. Like, it's just, he is in love with the people of this city. And as he walks past, he's waving at them, and generally they are ignoring him as they walk by, just continuing on their way. But he is clearly quite enamored by them. As you are walking from around the back of the Shaded Slumber Inn, you do see Timon closing down shop with that one single blue flower, and he makes his way, as you make your way west, he makes his way north towards the palace.
And
Making your... Oh, sorry.
everybody starts walking by, final costume check as everybody walks by, just to make sure.
Yeah. So you can do what is disguise? I guess like a dexterity check just to sort of spruce everybody up.
It's not great. 11.
On the 20
11?
rolled.
Yeah. I think you've spent a bit less time on the costumes this time, and it does show to you. But as you're walking through the crowd, you can see, like, people aren't really casting you another glance. In fact, people are almost like walking into you as you move through the crowd.
Do they seem to notice us?
Yeah.
Like, do they know we're there, or are we just like, are we like a vision? Yeah, that.
It's kind of weird. Like, it could just be a big city thing where people are just generally, they all look like they're going somewhere. They all look kind of like they're on a mission. But it does at times feel like you are the one dodging out of the way all the time, and people don't seem to be trying that hard to get around you.
So,
I have a question with Timid leaving the botanical shop. You said he was going towards the palace. Does this match the timeline of the last time when? Because he met me in the bar before at the pub.
Yes. Yeah. So this does match.
Okay.
So you went to the bar sort of first thing. So he would have probably gone there first and then gone back to his shop.
Oh, I see. Okay. Cool.
I might even say it out loud because why not? I have a theory that this is all because it's happened many, many times before. We can interact with it, but if we don't do a lot of interacting, then it just proceeds as it always did. And then I deliberately stop somebody in the street. So I go like, "Pardon me, excuse me."
Yes.
Do they? I just wanted to wish you a really lovely festival and all the best. Thank you. And see how they react.
And yeah, it's just this human woman, and she's walking with a partner, and they're arm in arm. And her partner just keeps walking forward at first when she stops, and then the woman who you're talking to, her reaction isn't that strange. She just stops and she kind of like is surprised that you're talking to her, but then realizes you're saying something nice, and she smiles and says, "Thank you. I hope you enjoy the festival as well."
Oh, I expect I will.
But you do notice that her partner, who was arm in arm with her, did just continue past, breaking out, and then only really stopping and slowing down when realizing that her partner is not with her anymore. And then she turns and looks back, and then kind of it's like she's snapping out of a daze, and then comes back, and they once again arm in arm make their way off towards the palace.
Yeah. So we can interact with it, but only if we change something do they actually really notice.
Oh, I wonder how many times they've done this before.
Well,
They might be so looped, it's a complete trance now for them. Maybe they could remember like we do right now, remember what happened the day before, but they've lived it so many times, and now they're just robots.
It gets to be about 600 years old, the city is, since this day.
And how many hours did we spend here? Like 8? Not even.
Much less, like 2.
2. So they're repeating a 2-hour loop for 600 years. I really, for their sake, hope they're not conscious of that fact.
Well, I wonder if anyone else is. Will we become robots?
I already are a robot, so you have nothing to worry about. It's fine.
They looks at his robotic hand.
That's
And then and the robotic bunny that's on his shoulder.
It's starting.
Oh,
no.
Maybe a good reason to get back to nature for a little while. Shall we to the gardens?
Yeah.
Yes. So Gary has been leading you this way, and you can see that as you are speaking, he is looking at you, like he is sort of hearing what you're saying, but it doesn't really faze him all that much. He is more interested in just kind of keeping an eye out around him. And he leads you to a great metal arch, which continues on a pathway into this luscious garden. It is like just these big twisting sort of hedge mazes, but it is all one sort of shade of green, or a few shades of green. As you're walking close, you can see that there were flowers just bustling off of every branch in this place, but all of them have been stripped clean for the festival. Poking above this sort of maze, you can see that there are palm trees, and as you step inside, that dry heat that has been hitting you in the rest of the city is replaced with this sort of almost like temperate jungle feeling as moisture starts to re-enter the air, and you can hear running water through this area.
This is quite lovely.
As Erwin walks along, like he's usually trailing one hand or another through fronds and foliage, and wherever his hands touch, more flowers bloom. He's just, he's loving this place.
Felix, right behind him, is picking a lot of these flowers right after they're growing and putting them into a little fanny pack he has.
And a crocodile growls at you.
Whoa. These are really good for dyes. They're really good for tea sometime. They're really good for reagents and potions. It's all good, little guy.
And
I'll try to pet him.
He won't stop you, but Erwin will look over his shoulder and go, and they'll all disappear as soon as we reset.
Well, then we gotta solve this mystery, gang.
Fair enough.
With the flowers.
Gary, you seem like you've been around this town for a long time. How did they get a beautiful oasis like this in the middle of such a sandy place?
Well, many of the clerics actually take it upon themselves. I will have you know that, despite your friend's tricks here, this is not magical. This garden is taken upon by the clerics of Ilmater, a feat of endurance in least hospitable conditions can be quite a praise to his name.
Oh, I apologize. I stopped making new flowers.
Oh, no, don't apologize. I mean, for the rest of the time of the year, this place is just lousy with flowers. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I myself wouldn't say no. And besides, scavengers will make their way through here and pick those up in no time.
Yeah. Do we see any animals, or is it just plants?
There are quite a few birds in here, and there is like the buzz of insects in here. I would say like a larger than average dragonfly flies in front of you, and then a very colorful little one of these really impractical like birds of paradise comes down. It's having trouble flying because of how decorative it is, but clumsily just catches the dragonfly out of the air. And that flies over as Gary leads you around a corner, it flies over a small like pond with a large bridge over the top of it. And on the other side of it is a rushing waterfall. From this pond, you can see that there are small streams that make their way through the various parts of the gardens, clearly hand dug to irrigate it. And Gary says, "Well, there's your waterfall. If you make your way through that, then that's your best."
Are you coming with us, Gary?
Well, Gary doesn't do too good wet.
I would like to cast a suggestion on him.
Okay.
And I would like to suggest that he comes with us.
Okay. Does he make a save?
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Owen says, "Oh, I can keep you dry, mate."
Okay. I'm gonna have to roll real dice. I'm not sure why my foundry isn't working. It's telling me token is null.
Oh.
But he, looks at you as you cast that spell, and he says, "Well, I suppose I haven't seen behind the waterfall in quite some time, and a visit to the catacombs may actually do me good. Just right this way." And he leads you across the bridge, and around the side there is a little bushel of trees, and as you get close you can see that there is a path being frequently walked through these trees, and he leads you in there. The rush of the waterfall now just deafening all around you, that spray hitting you in the face as you come through, so refreshing at this point. And he walks around, and you can see that sure enough the waterfall actually dips out over a ridge, and there is even a small walkway to walk behind the waterfall and into the dripping wet caves behind.
Oh. Is there like a large palm frond that I could snag? Yes. Cool. I will hold it over Gary.
Okay. And he just turns around and gives you this big smile, like, "Well, I could get used to that."
Just to be clear, there weren't any elephants in this garden that we saw or heard.
There were not. No.
I want to assume that would have been mentioned.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm just that's why I'm clarifying.
No.
What sort of native wildlife do you have around these parts? I saw a rather marvelous bird over there, and I haven't seen that kind of fellow in a long time. But yeah, what else have you got around here, Gary?
Oh, well, we've got all sorts of, yes, as you said, birds, fairly impractical birds, which are quite a nuisance, honestly. Just about any type of insect that you could ask for, especially the bitey venomous ones, which mostly you have to deal with at night. They like to hide from the sun. We have a few of the plains cats and foxes, which also, mostly at night. And I suppose the most impressive, what other people do come here to visit, maybe that's why you're here, is to see the royal elephants.
Ah, I am. You got it in one, Gary. That's me. I'm the wildlife expert. Yeah. Royal elephants, how big are we talking? Because I've heard stories, but...
Oh, they're quite large. I mean, you could fit a whole tavern of people on top of one of those.
You reckon you could fit in, say, one of their mouths? You could fit, I don't know, Felix over here. Would he fit in one of their mouths?
Oh, almost certainly. Yes, they'll do a fun trick where you can stand on their trunk and they'll put you in their mouth and just kind of hold you and swing you around. It's a fun little game they play.
Bloody oath. It was just a game, Felix. There you go. Just playing with you.
Felix is very confused. Oh, that did happen.
Yeah, mate, that all happened, yeah.
I mean, that one
I
was
thought some of it was a dream.
A lot less elephant and a lot more skeleton.
Hey, look. No one's perfect. Do they bury these, when they die, these royal elephants, do they get buried in the catacombs?
No, not in the catacombs themselves, but they do get a royal burial. There is a royal graveyard, just up closer to the palace, and they tend to be buried among them.
Oh, in the West Gardens?
Just north of them, yes.
Right.
That adds up.
Yep. Great. Everything's coming up. Well, blue. All right, so we head into the catacombs, shielding Gary from the spray.
So as you make your way inside, the dull roar of the waterfall behind you now just echoing off the walls in the distance, Gary makes his way in, and he actually holds his hand up and casts dancing lights. You see the small lights start to move around him, and as he's walking forward with his little walking stick, he just, before he rounds a corner, he's like, "Oh, 1 second, must be polite," and starts banging his stick on the wall, and you can see that he's using some form of thaumaturgy to make it really loud. And then you hear rapid running footsteps and giggling from around the corner, as he says, "Yes, many of the young ones in here, getting horny and such." And he continues around the corner. You don't want to stumble into anything you're not ready for.
Yeah. We're all teachers, we know.
Oh, teachers. Well, I suppose, yes, you must know better than me.
Probably as well, given your demonstrated knowledge there. All right, so how extensive are we talking? Like the whole town, pretty much, underlaid by these catacombs?
Yes, all throughout. There was a time when it was less comfortable to be above ground. Well, of course, the scarring of the lands with all of the magic and such. It was at one point too dangerous to spend daytimes above ground, and so there is almost another whole city below here, which people used to spend a lot of their time in.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
It's equal levels of horrifying and kind of romantic at the same time.
Yeah, neat.
And he leads you to a broken part of the wall, which you can see is like this cave, as it started to erode, came up against a natural structure, and that natural structure has caved through. And as you walk through that opening, you see there are torches, and the torches are leading down a staircase, which is now like brick and formed. And he says, "Yes, here we go."
As we're approaching the entrance to the catacombs, Felix would kind of be trailing in the back and running through his fanny pack of potions, looking for something. He'll pull out a vial and just take a dropper out. I'm going to cast Detect Magic, and he's just going to take this little potion and just drop in his eyes.
Okay.
That's his form of casting it. It's just like, all right, what do we got here? And I'll just cast it. I won't do the ritual.
Okay. So you can see that these torches are magic. They are ever-burning torches. And
all right, good design.
And you do get like a bit of a ping off of just everything around you. It's I think. Well, give me an Arcana check.
Sure.
What kind of magic?
Well, this will determine.
Oh, it's almost 15. It's a 12.
12? Okay. So it feels like a conjuration magic, but it's very strange. And as you are like looking at the walls, it almost looks like they are shifting.
Okay. And this conjuration kind of aura is just generally inundating everything.
Yeah, except for the group of you.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Felix is just gonna trip out for a little bit while he sees all this, following everyone.
I think if we can make our way to the central fountain in town, that might be a good place to start in these catacombs. We're not exactly sure what we're looking for down here, so...
How deep are we?
He has been leading you down some stairs. You're not. It would probably be about 60 feet deep.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
because I saw a staircase going down in the wizard's house. Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
Would it be unfair to assume that might be a way down, or just a basement?
It could be a basement. There would be enough room for there to be a basement before the catacombs, but they would be close. They would definitely be close if that was the case.
And look, wizards and basements.
Oh, their basements are deep as heck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Full of all sort of weird, perverted stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, making your way forward, you now start to see that the walls are kind of lined with these inscriptions. And you can see that there are large stones that have been rolled in place in front of what look like individual family crypts behind each of these stones. So you can't actually see the people themselves, but you can see that each of these stones are decorated with flowers. And every third or fourth one you go to, there are some missing. A clear absence.
But we can't actually see any of the dead bodies. They're all in these crypts.
No, not here. No, they're all seem to be behind these doors. They can be opened.
I don't exactly want to go grave robbing.
No, we've got Gary with us.
How many of these crypts you say there are down here, Gary?
Oh, how many of them? Well, my goodness, too many to count, I would say.
A lot.
Yes. Endless sprawl. How long has this city been around for?
Oh, well, I suppose its history, I mean, longer than I'm even sure of, but...
You're a pretty old man there, Gary.
I'm a fairly old man, but it is before my time as well. I'm maybe even a little younger than you think I am. Or older. I mean, I'm a real wild card. That's what they call me, Gary the Wild Card. This city itself was around for about 50 years before my time. So, I'll let you guess how long that is total.
So easily 300 years.
How big are
You
these
flatter
stones?
me. Sorry, what was that, Shannon?
How big are these stones? Like, could they easily be moved by one person, or do they look heavier than that?
They do look like they could be moved by one person. They're fairly large and tall, but you can see that there are grooves in the ground that allow them to move back and forth.
Okay.
Easily one zombie portable.
It's kind of strange to leave it so you can open and close them. Why you gotta open someone's casket or their tomb?
So you can put a new
Sometimes
person.
it's nice to go down and talk to the dead. There's a lot of wisdom you can gain from the spirits if you listen to them.
We used
Some
the
of
same
them.
mechanic when we did Shakespeare. Don't you remember?
I'm just saying, I don't want to look at any dead bodies.
Hell, wouldn't recommend opening any of these doors.
Like just out of the side of your vision, Felix, you just get a...
William, man, I don't like the bad vibes. Every time I'm around you, there's something bad vibes, man.
If you think I have any way to deal with it, then but you're, by all means, if you can figure something out, I'm all ears.
Bill, you're good at talking to the dead, right?
Yes, I think I've got a bit of a knack for it at this point.
You'd hope. Do you wanna? And he gestures at one of them. Maybe garner some other information.
But I mean, I don't know Unless they're gathering some sort of secret rebellion down here and all planning to get up at the same time, but it doesn't really seem like that was the case based on, what happened.
I was more curious about how active they are.
Well, you're welcome to take a peek. See if they're up shuffling around, having a dance in there.
I do
Right.
I press the side of my skull to one of the doors.
Make a perception check.
With my detect magic still up because it lasts for 10 minutes, do I sense any sparks between the conjuration aura everywhere? Is there any necromancy behind these that I can see?
You don't see any necromancy, no. I'll give you another Arcana check.
Sure.
You want to make
That's
one
a
here?
21 on the perception.
It is, dead quiet.
Silent as the grave.
15 on the Arcana check.
15, yeah. You're still getting that strange semi-magic just everywhere. And it is just, it's strange. It's just extremely persistent around you. You're almost like, and when you've been like focusing in on tripping out on these little shimmers, and they're reminding you of the movement of pages. It kind of looks like everything here is made up of a series of pages, and that shimmer that you're seeing is every once in a while it seems like every page flips all at once.
Yeah, anyone looking at Felix would see him like his hand up against a wall, just going like this, as if he's trying to turn pages.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It won't turn. Oh,
It's a wall.
you're not gonna get anything out of him until the end of that 10 minutes.
And Gary is like standing in the hallway, and he's watching all of you now. More and more interest and amusement. And he's like, I have to say, I haven't given many tours, but this is the strangest one I've given.
I'm certain it's about to get a lot stranger.
I cast Detect Magic as well, because I kind of want to see what Felix is looking at.
Yeah, you start to see that same shimmer of conjuration magic. You can make an Arcana check as well.
Oh,
It's all it's all a book, man. It's all a book. It's all a book. And the book.
oh, there it is. Dirty 20.
Ruby, I think something might have been
Very funny.
in that dropper he took. I don't know
Something
if that was one of his
always-
regular spells.
I don't
Definitely.
trust anything that he takes out of that stupid classroom of his. There's so many things.
It's all a book.
What is all a book? What are you even talking about?
Oh, fuck me. I think I know what he means.
You
Yeah,
see it
you
too?
can see the pages as well, Erwin.
I do see it too,
See it
mate.
too?
Oh, shit. He's becoming a robot!
Oh.
Oh no.
I was just getting a bit of a breakup on you, Sean. I think
There we go.
It's giving
There
you
we
a
go.
great robot voice, though.
Yeah, my Zoom just said your internet is unstable. I was like, oh.
Classic.
That book we're here to find. Felix, what do you reckon's the over-under that we're in it?
Oh, I said good 100% chance. I mean, it all happened when he broke the book. The book's inside the book.
We're inside of a bubble in a city. We're not inside of a book.
Yeah, but when you if you there he goes.
No.
Oh, bloody hell!
Oh.
Oh no.
That's messed
Where
up
are
me
we?
overlay. God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, might I make a suggestion? We just take a wee breaklet and sort ourselves out.
Sounds like a good idea before we
oh,
There's Sean.
continue.
No, there he is. He's back. Yeah, Agent's now playing Ruby.
I'm now feeling.
This is
Sorry
fine.
about
This is
that.
fine.
My Zoom just completely restarted itself on its own.
Oh, yeah, go.
Nice.
Yeah.
We lose
And now
Mike?
someone
there
else
goes
buggered
the
off.
mic.
Oh no,
Is-
it's the DM.
Is
I think Zoom is having issues because even mine is giving some trouble right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
because the rest of my
Now I have the power. All right.
Wow.
Little game of musical chairs here for a sweet minute.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's
Joys
just,
of Zoom in the 21st century.
Yep, great. Okay.
There.
The loop. We all restarted.
There.
Yeah.
Boom.
Let's do that. Sean's the damn bloody hell.
I'm Ruby Red. I like the theater. Tappa, tappa.
I sound just like that.
Yeah, it's uncanny.
It's uncanny.
Oh.
All right, and there we go. There we are. All right.
All right.
Perfect.
So in the whole like traveling across the city and coming down into the catacombs here, it's been probably closing in on an hour. And Gary starts to, Gary's just kind of looking at you, and he says, well, this fountain, when I show you the fountain, you're not going to do anything weird like poison it, are you?
Oh no.
Oh my God, no. We just want to take a bit of a look around. That's all.
No, we're just getting our bearings, you know.
I don't even have any poison on me.
Well, good to know. But it seems like you're here to, well, from one wild card to some others. I'm happy to see the energy that you're bringing to this place. It gets a little stale even at times like this.
Oh, I'm sure we'll throw it for a bit of a loop.
Very good.
Felix can't stop laughing.
That guy.
So he leads you forward, another like a bunch of twists and turns, very similar all the way through. Lots and lots of these family cairns with lots of hallways leading down in all directions. A few more times you see people running through, a couple of embarrassed teens holding armfuls of flowers who see you and then just immediately flee.
A puff of flower petals.
Yeah. They leave a little flower petal cloud of themselves behind, and then they fall apart. And you come to a large circular chamber. In here, none of these graves, just hallways leading all in here, and there is a stone pillar in the very center. And he says, "This is the fountain here. It makes its way down to the groundwater."
No.
Did you see him? Seemed as if he came out of it.
I look
before.
up. Like
It just goes from floor to ceiling, and it just seems to be completely sealed in.
Put my ear on the central pillar.
Yeah, it is. It's like cold and damp. You can make a perception check.
13.
13. Yeah, you don't really hear anything, but you do feel like vibrations in the stone as your face is up against it.
Did I
In
get
this
anything?
central,
There you go.
in this central chamber under the fountain, it just has like several hallways leading to it. Like,
Yes.
or they're like, okay, cool.
Did I get anything from my 20 Arcana check?
Just that you can sort of see these shifting pages all around you.
Yeah.
That seem to be affecting everything except the group of you in this room,
Yeah, right.
Are
Including
they affecting Gary?
including Gary. Yeah.
Ooh. So Gary looks like a page turning.
No, he looks like you. Like there's no turning.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, right. So he's been disturbed from it.
Oh well, maybe all the people are normal. It's just the place.
Or we pull them out of the page turning when we interact with them. They could be all
Maybe.
page
We'll have to
turning right
cast
now.
this again when we get up top. Oh, the children? Were the children page turning? That we passed?
I think by the time you got to the
Yeah, we
gym,
would have
your
been
detect
over, yeah.
magic would have been gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause it's only 10 minutes,
definitely.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes.
Also, the children are running away because we're here. Thus, we're interacting with them.
True. Ordinarily, they'd just be canoodling under here.
Might still be canoodling. We're interrupting valuable canoodling time.
We'll have to recast it when we get to the surface, or I guess tomorrow. I mean today, but
Yeah, something along those lines. Gary, thanks so much for taking here. This is beautiful. You've got some gorgeous catacombs, some of the nicest I've seen.
Oh, well, I didn't build them myself, but I do call this place home, so I'll take the compliment.
Yeah, well, that was how it was intended. Ripper. Well, how are we feeling, ladies and gents? Do we want to check out
I think
anywhere else?
Seems like they could. If that lich came from here, it seems like he probably could have approached from just about any direction, which isn't the most helpful.
Well, I may have a suspicion, if you'll indulge me. What direction from here? I'm feeling south. Is the wizard's house?
South, yeah.
Yeah. Do we have enough of our bearings that we can figure which way south is?
I would say, especially from in this room, you do, yeah.
Yeah. Then I'd say I noticed that there's a basement. When I was hanging out with Ruby, we were in an abode with a basement. We could always see if that connects.
I mean,
would
it's
it be
as good as a
easier
lead as any.
to try to find that from here, or to go to go
Well,
back and break in?
Again, that's the thing. Well, look, I think we want to meet the chap with the book, do we not?
Yeah.
And if he's coming from where I suspect he's coming, we could
Could be
meet him on
coming
the way.
underground.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably
maybe we
was
should
thinking.
just. Should we do
Sorry?
that, or should we just camp out here until?
Or we could
the
just
big
wait.
show?
I was gonna say we should wait because everything
Then he'll
seems to have
definitely be coming.
originated from here.
But
Yeah.
it does seem like there was an awful lot of undead that seemed to pour out of all of these hallways before
Very
that
true.
specific one erupted through the center. So
And
Well,
like
so-
way more than we can deal with.
Somebody had to reanimate them, right? So
Yeah.
we
Well,
need
maybe
to
he did
see-
it from here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
there
no matter
any-
where we go, we're going to be surrounded by him unless we go break into the house.
And we like
Granted, we could just do this again tomorrow.
oh, I mean, I think we
No, we don't
were under
have
the impression
time.
that this
No,
feller
no.
might be the book, might have the book. So we might as well,
Yeah.
if we don't find him, we could at least, turn the house upside down. It's all going to get reset anyway.
Well, I wonder though, if we die, will we reset?
well, we died last time. I don't know what
That's
that.
right.
I don't
It
know
was
what that
horribly
sensation.
painful. I don't know if you remember that.
That's it. Yeah. Look, I'm not welcoming it again, but use the skills you're given.
That's a good point. So are we staying here, or we go into the house? We're going down a tunnel.
Well, if we want to do a little bit of recon, I could turn myself into a tiny little rat or something and go down the hall and see if it connects.
Yeah.
If we want to go that route.
Well, just in case they show up, like they start rising while you're exploring, it's probably better to be a mouse or rat.
Yeah. Or maybe
I-
something with wings, maybe a bat, so I can fly.
I can send somebody else. So
spider.
we don't. Well, I could send somebody else.
Jesus, or we could sit around all day debating it, but frankly, we might as well just all walk down the hallway ourselves. This will take just as much time.
Oh, I got an idea. What's my highest spell slot? Not that high.
I start walking down the hallway towards this house in the south.
Yeah. I go with him then. This is sort of what I wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah, I'll look. Felix will look at Ruby. I thought it was a really good idea.
So at least somebody appreciated the creativity there.
Before you answer that, he just sort of waves at you and then turns invisible and follows them. So I'm
I
just
can
gonna
do that too.
Visibility on myself because it lasts an hour.
Yep. I'll do
And,
that too.
So a crocodile and a warlock walk down a corridor.
I would like to catch up to William and get real close to him and be like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, I think just out of the back of my head comes like a full face just screaming like.
Both.
Felix just falls on his ass at that.
Oh, Gary, thanks so much.
Just
By the
like-
way, we'll find our own way out, mate. Thanks very much.
Okay, well, all the best with your robbery.
Oh,
And-
no, we're just visiting a friend. We've decided against the robbery. Have a beautiful festival, mate.
You as well. I'll see you there, I suppose.
You probably will, mate.
Or Gary.
So,
Because
You make
otherwise
your
he's
way
coming with us, and that's not good.
so you make.
I
your
mean,
way
Gary's
to-
probably the lich.
I was
making your way to the south, leaving the only person at the fountain is Gary now. So,
Gary,
Could
if
only
you
be
see
one
a
person.
necro, no. Scream or something, would you?
You make your way through the hallways are fairly well organized. They're not a huge maze, so you are able to make your way to the south. You see another couple of these these hallways that lead into central rooms. None of them have ways in or out, but they look like they are just fancier tombs. A lot of them opened up, but they do seem to be cordoned off, especially with like benches and like fancy torches in the center. And it does even seem like some enchantments over them. But you make your way to where you kind of assume. Just make a survival check for me. Someone can do it with advantage, or you can each do one.
I feel like
+4.
Crocodile Dundee there is probably pretty good at it.
It's a nat 20
Yeah.
plus 9, my friends.
Very good. Okay, so you like make your way, and you are just tracking the amount of time that you are moving, and you're thinking about. You have a physical map. You've been in this city for a while, and you are able to just fully walk your way right under Wayland's court, which is this Magister's house. And sure enough, you feel like you are standing just about right under it, but there is a wall in front of you.
Oh, that's mildly
And you can-
inconvenient.
So you can tell that like to get directly under it, you would need to pass through this wall.
I cast Mold Earth.
That'll do it. So you move the wall, and you see a behind it. I think actually when you move the earth, you can see there are like mechanisms that break for a secret door. They are just like destroyed. A bunch of like springs and gears and stuff fall down from the earth that you've molded around.
Whoops.
And
sorry.
in here,
Sorry.
Oh man, that was real good work too. Real good, expensive.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
but there is a spiral staircase in here that leads up.
Yeah, right. How does it look like someone's already been down? Like recently?
With a nat 20 survival, I think so. It does look like it. And it looks like they came down the stairs, but those same signs don't come out this secret door.
What's is there anything else in this space, or is it just the stairway?
It is a stairway that just leads down onto flat ground and then comes out this way.
Okay.
All right.
Does Erwin point this out to us?
I would say, well, that's damn strange. So
I think it might be that they went somewhere else down here.
Well, I look at the ground and I'm like, where else? Like it looks
Gotta
like
be
they didn't
another
come through the door.
Maybe another secret door. Can I start patting the wall and see if I can find another secret door?
Sure,
Well,
yeah, do a sleight of hand. Or
I can go check upstairs. I'm
investigation.
invisible.
Yeah, you do that, mate.
Yeah. Felix
I
is
mean,
gonna
I
go
can,
upstairs.
Oh, I hate doing this. William is going to just kind of manifest the wraith in front of him and step into it as his eyes begin to glow this pale, like smoky green, lime green color. And I'm going to use the ability Ghostly Gaze. Once per short rest as an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects with dark vision to a range of 30 feet for 1 minute.
Nice.
I cover
Very
Terry's eyes. I was like, "Don't look, mate. Don't look. That's not nice."
See through solid objects.
Up to 30 feet.
So yeah, I think you see right below you that there is a trapdoor, and these stairs go down farther.
Well, you're right on, there's more than one exit through this place. And I would just kind of kick away the dust around the door.
Right.
We've got another door and another staircase that go even deeper.
How can you see?
I can't see much further than that.
Can't see the bottom. Wow. Can you see a mechanism to open it? Ruby, find anything?
I got a 15 on my sleight of hand.
15 would do it. I think while you are just like padding on the walls, I think it's sheer luck that it wasn't destroyed by the mold earth spell, but just in the way that it was curved, you do find the brick that you need to push, and I think you all have to kind of jump back up onto the stairs as it starts to retract into the wall.
Felix. We've got it.
Felix!
Felix is like at the top of the stairs.
Get down here!
Yeah. I will say, Felix, as you get to the top of the stairs, you see that there is a workshop in here. It is abandoned. There's nobody here. All the lights, again, are off. Now that you're back above ground, you can see that the sun has basically set again, and you are starting to hear the pat, 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 pat of rain outside, and a bunch of people crying out in surprise and excitement as this rain begins.
I would, as I'm coming down, I would be like, the rain, it's raining out there. There's not enough time left.
It started raining. How long was it between the rain starting and the zombies starting?
Minutes.
Yeah,
Cool.
like
All right,
5
great.
minutes.
We gotta move.
Yeah, let's do it.
A hole deeper in the ground. No place better to hide.
Great. From zombies that are in it. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the front. This ghostly gaze thing lasts for a minute, so just in case I need to see through anything, or ahead of me a little bit.
So you rushing down the stairs now. I guess Felix, you're in the back. As you're running down the stairs, you can see that the water from above, coming through these like sort of small open windows, is actually running down the steps around you, but it doesn't run into this second basement. It runs into the catacombs, and it starts to drip and create these little rivulets that start to move down into the in towards where you came from.
It's the rain. The rain's necrotic. Yeah, I'm just whispering this in the back of the group.
William, you're in the front as you are making your way down. There are no more walls that block your way. As you reach the bottom of the stairs, you start to feel a rumble, amplified now as you're underground. Difficult to keep your pace, but you walk out a doorway which leads out of a house in this underground city. This is the city below the city that Gary had talked about.
Ooh.
And you can see that it is built. You've come down far enough now that about 150 feet up above you is just this curving, stalactited cave. Water dripping around you, and now pieces of rock and dust coming down from above as this rumble starts to take over. And you can actually hear, as you come out, somebody crying out. Their voice kind of drowned out by this rumbling, but you can hear them yelling down here, echoing in the cave.
Where?
We've got someone alive down here.
We've got to find him.
Or for whatever kind of alive this hell is. And rush in that direction.
Okay. So just make a perception check.
Can any of us do that?
Yes, yeah.
Ooh, 20. Dirty.
20? Okay.
Sorry, another 29.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And a
Okay.
30
Ooh,
from
two
Felix.
natural
And 2. Wow, all right.
Oh yeah, I got special perception goggles that I made.
So,
I
yeah,
have
no
Tremor
trouble
sense.
at all. You just like rush forward, this echoing voice, and as you get closer, you're hearing it now, and it's just saying, "What have I done? What I was weak. I was weak. It spoke to me. It promised me. Oh no." And as you run forward, you come to like the edge of this grand staircase, which is leading downwards into this courtyard. And in the center of the courtyard, there is just a gaping hole, which goes down to nothing. There are several torches lit down here kind of sporadically, lighting up a couple of different areas. And you see that man, the wizardy looking man, like collapsed at the edge of the pit. And he is crying this out. And next to him on the ground is the book.
Boom. I run over.
Yeah, so running down the stairs, now above, like, the rumbling has just increased. So all of you can make a dex save.
Natural 1.
Ew, 11.
11.
12.
13.
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, I'm. Oh
11,
boy.
12, and 13.
So all of those nat 20s burned really unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Okay, I can fly. I've got a ghost protecting me.
I can do many things. Flying is not one of them.
Ooh, I can fly too.
I can swim real good.
I can
With
turn it
the
into
spell.
something.
So you take 42 bludgeoning damage as the ceiling above you just caves in, just crushing this staircase as all of you are just barely able to push yourselves away from these boulders, which are just decimating the stairs around you,
Bloody
just
hell.
showered with shrapnel.
Crikey.
And the dust that gets kicked up just completely blocks out the room. The torches go out, and how long does your see-through things last?
It's
Will?
probably
1
done
minute.
by now.
1 minute. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely done. And
Terry is splattered.
oh no.
Terry the alligator, Terry the crocodile is yeah, he's a salty. He's a big salty.
Darby is also splattered.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little robot bunny.
Yeah, they're both under the same rock. You can see just bits of robotic bunny and a tail sticking out. It's like, oh,
My
all right,
ghost
we
is
need to
also
reset
splattered.
now. That's not okay.
If we have our faculties and we can't see, I would grab if I can get it. I don't know how much I'm destroyed here. Grab a potion, shake it up like I'm fizzing up a soda, and then uncork it, and dancing lights will come out of it.
Okay. Yeah, just illuminating this dust, this swirling dust through this area. A massive hole has opened up from above, and you can actually hear the splat and thump of
Buddies.
zombies, which are now like raining down through this hole from above.
Ooh.
oh no.
Oh no!
On the upside, they won't be standing up again.
It is quite a fall, like over 150 feet that they are falling. So
Grand.
you can't hear this person anymore through the dust. What would you like
I have
to do?
blind sight.
For how far?
10 feet. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm heading in the direction that he was in, looking for him and or mostly the book, to be honest.
Okay. Anyone else?
I want to levitate my way in that direction, just kind of like out and basically over this huge hole in the center of the room.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if this is gonna be strong enough. Probably not. But can I try and cast Dispel Magic at 5th level?
Okay.
Towards the hole?
Towards the hole.
Oh no, my levitate. Whoa!
You
I
can
can
roll.
levitate too.
Roll a. I guess, yeah. Roll with your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
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 Very close.
Oh.
That's a 10.
A 10? Okay.
That's pretty good off a
Natural
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're casting it at 5th level, right? So there is a flash. For a moment, all of that rubble around you is there, but the dust is gone. The sounds are gone. The zombies that have been falling from above are gone. There are vines which are dripping down through the hole that has just been opened up, just draping into this room. There is absolutely nothing here except you can see hovering above the pit, holding a book and reading it furiously, is a figure in a blue robe. And then it all snaps back.
Great.
The figure was hovering above the hole.
Hovering above the hole, yeah.
The figure.
Now we just saw the Magister on the side of the pit. Did it look the same blue robe?
It was not. It definitely wasn't him.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
I will say the blue robe looked a lot more ornamental. Like it was a much fancier than what he was wearing. He's wearing kind of official's clothes.
Okay.
In these the vines that we saw, did it look like after she dispelled the magic that it looked like the contemporary city we could see through the blue dome when we were outside with all the vines overgrowing it?
Yes, yeah. So those vines looked like the vines that were choking the whole city when you were looking at it from above.
Yeah. When we snap back, how do I go finding the book?
So you and William, both of you making your way forward. William, you're hovering out over the hole.
Yeah. It did. And I saw this flash of the lich, or did just Ruby see this?
I think all of you saw it, yeah. So
Yeah,
they would have
she
been like right
dispelled
in
it.
front
That's
of you.
what we saw. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
slowly floating towards it, William would just like try to throw a punch where it was,
Okay,
just to see if he connects with anything.
make an
So-
attack.
Just to make sure Shannon is understanding, this was it like an illusion that I dispelled, or was it like?
It was something. It was kind of like an illusion. It felt like there was something that was altering your. It felt almost like you cast it on yourself. You know what I mean? Like it was something that is obscuring your thoughts and your perceptions of this place, and that cleared for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
I rolled a nat
drink the
20 on my
water?
punch check.
You rolled, sorry.
Against
I
the
rolled a
person
nat
that may or
20
may
on my
not be
punch
there.
check.
Amazing. So what is
Best
that?
thing
2
to get a
damage?
20 on.
I think it's I have -1 strength, so it is
Oh, so
0 damage.
No damage.
But my
Well-
question was, does it connect with something?
Yeah.
So that's what I say. I think 0 is perfect because you go to throw a punch fully believing that there is something there. And you go to throw the punch and your fist stops right in front of you. And there is like a shimmer, and that figure appears in front of you, slowly starting to shimmer into place.
Oh, that's
And-
really not good.
They are still like furiously reading this book, and as your fist sort of connects, they stop and slowly turn, their head just slowly turning towards yours, and you see on one side just the skeletal remains of the face, this emaciated form poking out from under this hood, holding this book, which is just like looking over it. It is the tiniest writing you've ever seen, just intricate detail on every single page, still flicking as they turn to look at you. And they just say, "Stop this. It distracts. I need to remember."
How strong are your punches?
Not very.
I have,
Do we recognize the part that's not skeletal, that's more emaciated, or is it all skeletal?
I was going to ask.
It is all skeletal. I would say, William, you are right up next to them. They have
Is any distinguishing like
fangs.
jewelry? Fangs.
Fangs, yeah.
Mm.
Almost like tusks.
Still
on their bottom
human-like,
jaw.
the skeleton?
Still fairly
tusks,
humanoid, yeah.
tusks.
Yeah.
Is the orc.
Are we getting male or female vibes? I try not
Really,
to see
really
the world
difficult
through
to
that
say.
lens. Yeah, right.
Yeah. When it comes to the undead, there's just,
Yeah, there's just not a lot to distinguish. Yeah.
This is the TV show Bones.
Right, no, that doesn't have any effect on it. I have all these spells that are just like, doesn't affect undead, doesn't affect undead, doesn't affect undead. It's like my entire spell book is, it does not work on undead.
And they are turning and like kind of looking around at the group of you. All of you now, like moving through as the dust starts to settle, you can definitely see this person. Erwin, as you're moving forward, you see the Magister on the ground, just looking up at that figure, and their eyes are just blank. Their whole expression is blank.
Is he alive?
He is alive, yeah, but he's just staring on his knees.
I get to him and try and snap him out of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like shaking him, slapping him, nothing. Like, and he does everything in his power to continue looking up at the lich.
Ah. All right. Can I cast Charm Person on him?
Yeah.
I say, look at me. Where did you get the book? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he kind of like turns his head towards you. The Eternal Library. It was brought back.
What is
Told
it?
me about this place. It is anything you want to know. It is all of history. The lich has now started rapidly, like a quill appears in its hand, and it just starts rapidly writing in the book. The page is now like spinning as just rapid fire writing all on every page as it goes.
What are you writing? What are you trying to remember?
I need to remember. I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all. What
Don't
were you
do
saying,
that.
Ruby? Sorry.
can I try Dispel Magic again? At
Yeah,
fifth
go
level?
for it. What are you going after?
So he's reading this book, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I want to try and cast it on the book.
on the book. Okay.
All right, so it was a d20 plus my... That's better. A d20 plus, what was it, the spell attack?
Spellcast. Yeah.
22.
22. Okay. They are, writing furiously. And William, you're standing there looking at the words that are being written. It is like this person is writing every thought and every movement that every person in this city is doing all at once.
Okay.
And just pages flying by as the book starts to physically close itself. And as it is about to close, Ruby, you cast that Dispel Magic, and all those words disappear. And this panicked look comes over the Lich's face as it just says, "No, I have to I have to remember. And then grabs the book and just starts tearing it. And as it does, the blue sphere shoots out of it again. All of you are cast into a white light. And this time, you don't hear music. And you fall into the center of the city. And when you do, you are just in a heap again. And it feels different. That feeling that was there before, that like dry heat, is more distant now. And there are less people, like significantly less. The sounds of the city around you are much quieter and more reserved. And still poking over the top of you, you see Gary. And he says, well, that's something you don't see every day.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll go to break.
Yeah.
Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our minds are.
Ooh.
Blown. We're going to need to
What did you
digest that
do?
one. Chat. Let's see some theories up in chat while we have our little break. Yeah. Fantastic. Tell us how you're going. Tell us how you're feeling. Thanks, Mike. That was awesome. Cool. We'll go for a short little break. And back in 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
soon. Hello, we are back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. I hope you had a nice break. We certainly did, with lots of theorizing. So let's put those theories to the test. You have just fallen out of the sky once again, this time not seeing any white space with any dancing, and instead landing back in the town where there are far fewer people, far less speaking, far less excitement than you are used to. And Gary pokes over the group of you huddled on the ground. Whoa, don't see that every day.
No, you
That
don't.
every day.
Good to see you again, Wildcard.
What? Have we met?
Yep.
You just
We're
seem
all
like a
friends
bit
by
of a
now,
wild
Gary.
card to me.
Well, they do call me that.
Right, lads and ladies, what's the plan here then?
Go to
We're
the
on a
wizard's
ticking
house.
clock.
We know where the book will be, but I think, this is just my own opinion, we need to make the thing that it's trying to remember, we need to make it happen.
Well, I hope that they didn't forget all these people.
Well, whatever that thing was, it had a lot that resembled that lady orc that you were dancing with there, Felix.
Yeah, Layla's her name. Layla Dawnstar.
Yeah,
Looked like tusks on her, and well, the outfit certainly matched. Was closer to what she was wearing compared to everybody else's lesser robes, so to speak. No offense, Gary.
Now,
She
entertain
was.
me for a second. You know, we all work with kids. We all know how moody they can get. You think she got stood up? For the
Well,
dance?
Yeah, Timon didn't seem like the most confident of blokes.
So maybe we need to go talk to him and pep talk him and tell him he's got this.
He did
When
say
I
he wanted
danced
some
with her-
dancing lessons.
He did, and when I danced with her the other day, she was waiting for someone. She said she was waiting for someone, and then she was kind of like, fuck it, and danced with me.
I mean, frankly, we don't know much about her. It wouldn't be. Perhaps if some of us go looking for the book, the others could go keep an eye on her. Or...
It occurs to me that we have an opportunity, and Ruby, you might not like this idea, but to utilize this sort of repeat thing to our advantage. We can gather some information and write it out a couple of times, getting our bearings before we really make our move.
Wonder what the relativity of time is on the other side.
I
It
don't know
could
if you
be
noticed,
that.
Erwin, but there's a lot less people around here this
I
time.
did notice that, but we meddled.
And we're not going to meddle every other time.
Well, no, well, I wasn't planning on casting Dispel Magic on the book every single time we do this. I wasn't. No, Ruby, that wasn't. That was not an attack. It wasn't an attack.
It sounded like it.
No.
It sounded like
We're
it.
falling apart
Let
here,
me
gang.
talk.
We're falling apart here. And we only got 2 hours.
Dead set, Ruby. It would have been. I would have done that if I knew how. It was a good idea, but I don't think going forward it's the way to go. But it was a jolly good idea.
Not in costumes this time.
I wouldn't expect you to. I don't think there's a lot of point.
We can skip on the costumes, and we can probably skip on the tour.
Yeah. Although it was great, Gary. Thanks very much. That was lovely.
What? And William, I think, kind of like maybe keeping an eye out for it, having mentioned Timon, you actually see Timon walk past and go into the bar.
Ah, thank God he is still here.
I mean, there's
did
the lad
also-
now going for a shot of liquid courage. Ruby, if you want to try and teach him a thing or two about dancing, I mean, it's
I
one
can
shot in the
certainly
dark.
Try. I can certainly try.
Hey,
He's got to have
anyone-
rhythm. If he doesn't have rhythm, he's got nothing.
yeah.
Would anyone like to come with me to go and keep an eye on Layla?
Yeah, you go and talk to Layla. Terry and I will go and see if we can locate the book.
Oh, good idea.
Felix, we might as well stick in a group, and I mean, unless I just want to go off completely wandering on my own adventure altogether and split in 4 totally separate ways, which isn't the worst idea that I've ever had this week. But no, I think, given the amount of, well, I don't know, guards and everything else there in the palace, and we know that there is an entrance into the catacombs there as well.
Yeah. Well, we also saw her arguing with the magister before he ran off, probably to go get that book.
That's true. I entirely forgot about that happening whatsoever.
Could you guys go and find out what that argument was about?
Done.
Yeah. Maybe she likes poetry.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I think between the two of us, we can make sure that we're not seen.
Okay, so William and Felix heading north towards the palace. Erwin, you're gonna go to the Magister's house.
Yep.
And Ruby going into the bar. So the bar is right there, so you would get inside first. Walking inside, completely empty, and you can see Timon standing at the bar, just kind of looking around. Just, hello? And
Hi.
there is no bartender.
Oh no.
Whoops.
They're all dead.
It's okay.
We're not
She's-
actually.
No. She's off in a place somewhere, attacking.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was just hoping to get a drink. I didn't see the bartender. You didn't see him outside, did you?
I did not. It appears it might be their day off. I don't know. Little birdie told me that you were looking for some dance lessons.
What?
I,
Birds can hear me?
Okay, no, it's an expression.
Layla's better off
Okay.
without this schmuck.
Because I thought
It's
I
an
only said that to
expression.
myself in the gardens. I thought maybe the birds.
No. It's an expression. Sorry, didn't mean to freak you out. I heard that there was somebody who was looking for some dance lessons, and I happen to be a professional dancer.
Oh. Well, I'm not much of one myself. I suppose I'm about
you
to
want
take.
the dance lessons or not?
Yes, and then he grabs a bottle from behind the bar and just starts slugging it, just like, and then just slams it down.
Okay, well, that's probably. Okay. I'm going to. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to count down, or I'm going to count you in, and I'm going to keep a beat, and I want to see what you can do, because I need to know what I'm working with here. All right.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and I just start clapping.
And he just kind of like, and you can just see that all he can do is think. Like he is standing there trying to picture, and like he's watching his hand, and he kind of like does some of this.
Literally
just
anything.
kind of-
All right.
Yeah,
Is he offbeat while he's doing that?
yeah. Both the fingers, independent beats. It's almost
Lord
impressive.
Almighty, it's Lucy all over again. Okay. All right, we got a lot of work to do. Let's get started.
Okay.
I proceed to teach him about rhythm.
Okay, so we'll as you do that, second to reach their location would be Irwin. So you get to the locked door once again.
Turn into a small snake, slither under it, then open the door for Terry.
Yeah, okay. And again, yeah. The door slams open as the snake opens it.
No, I would probably turn right back into Owen afterwards. Snake is inconvenient.
Okay. But you are inside the house.
Yeah.
And you actually hear, I think, as you're in there, a whistling. As you can hear in the next room, there is a kettle on.
Oh.
Over the hearth.
Can I hear anybody else in the building?
Make a perception check.
And reminding you of the 10-foot blind sight.
Yes.
Whoa, 28.
Wow. 28.
I'm good.
Yes, you hear a rumbling from downstairs. Just an promises. She should let me. Today could be the day. We have a lot to learn. And you hear that they are actually coming up the stairs. They're about to round the corner and see you.
I banish Terry and turn into a snake.
Okay.
I can summon the crocodile at will. I just normally don't bother, but yeah, I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay.
Zoop, and turn back into a snake and slither into the corner.
Okay. So around the corner, coming up from downstairs, you see the Magister, and he is holding that book.
Ah, good.
As he comes around the corner, he very quickly starts pouring himself. As he makes his way into the kitchen, you hear him fixing himself a tea. As he is still grumbling away to himself, this caution is going to cost us dearly. We have a lot to learn from this thing. It wants to help us. And he then just very quickly, hot, and then just lays the tea down on the counter and then makes his way out the front door.
Oh. This is the same Magister that had the argument with Layla?
Yes, yeah.
Does he take the book with him?
He does, yeah. He puts it under his robe.
Right. I would follow, because there is no good reason not to. But I am a snake.
Right. Okay. So, slithering after him, I feel like at top speed, full sprint for a snake to keep up with this rapidly walking man. You start to make your way off into the streets.
Yeah.
William and Felix, you are walking north to the palace, and you see, because there are so few people around at this point, you can see Layla, and she's standing by an empty cart with no one around it, and she's just looking confused.
Do you think we go talk to her or just keep a spy on?
Oh, do you think that she's going to be arguing with the guy soon? I think I'd like to hear what they argue about.
Agreed. And I'm going to go invisible.
Okay.
As I just kind of diffuse into spooky ghost mist. Using my shadow-touched invisibility.
I will then... Felix won't notice it at first, but then... Oh, yeah, okay. And he'll cast invisibility on himself.
Okay.
We're going to haunt the hell out of her.
Yeah. We just start... Imagine if anyone could see us, we're just tippy-toeing behind her as she's walking around.
So you're... And when you're looking around her, she is... Every once in a while, she just, starts. She sees somebody, and then just gets confused again. And then after a minute or so, a few minutes, you see the Magister walk up, and he just calls out and says, "Miss Dawnstar." And she sort of snaps out of it and just says, "Oh, yes. What is it, Waylon?" And he says, The book. It's spoken to me again. It's given me more information. I've spoken. And he kind of looks around and then lowers his voice a bit. I've spoken to the pit. The voice. I've managed to interpret it. I still don't know the language, but I do know that it intends to speak with us. My studies have been moving forward rapidly, and I think another day, if you would just let me spend the day down there. And she says, no, absolutely not. We have no idea what we're meddling with down there. And with the festival going on, I can't spare guards to go down and stand next to you. There are people up here. You know how vulnerable the population is when they're out here. They're drunk. There are people looking to prey upon them. We have to keep watch over the people, and that has to be... You can wait one day, Waylon. We've waited this long for the festival to be over. You can wait one more day. And he just kind of throws his hands up, and he's like, these problems that face us every day, the mistakes that we have made in the past, we can undo them. I think whatever is down there can help us do that. It is something from an older time, something from when the city was still below. And she says, I don't want to hear it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And he just gets into a huff and then storms off. Ruby back in the bar. Just give me like a performance, and we'll see how much of that carries over to Timon.
A plus 13 modifier, so.
Okay.
That's good.
19.
19. So you've got him kind of. He's on the beat now. The way that he's moving his body is weird. His instincts are unfathomably strange. Like, just what he wants to move is just doesn't make sense. It doesn't look good.
Does that feel natural? I told you to do what feels natural, and that feels natural?
And he dives for the bottle again.
No. I try and smack the bottle out of his hand.
Yeah, you do. It smashes on the ground, and he's like, I'm sorry. And then kind of looking out the window is like, oh my God, I have to meet someone. Am I ready?
Sure. Sure. You're better than you were.
Thank you so much. I owe you so much. If you're around later, or if another day I have a few.
Go.
Okay, but flowers. I sell flowers, and they're very nice. They're yours for free next time I'm in stock. And he runs out the door.
Bless his little cotton socks.
Oh, I don't get paid enough for this. Okay, then I go and try and find my friends.
Okay.
My colleagues.
Yeah, we're not
so
friends.
I think you
two
would kind of
smoky
end up
clouds are just-
following Timon.
And a snake. 2 smoky clouds and a snake.
Well, I kind of want to just go down into this pit now and see what all that hubbub is about.
Well, yeah. I mean, he said that the pit was talking to him. I mean, you think the book is probably what's talking to him. It's probably that lich talking to him, right?
It does seem.
Are these 2 clouds talking to each other?
Yeah, I imagine the snake is just hearing voices around him.
Yeah, the snake turns back into Erwin, and Erwin addresses the smoky clouds that he can hear. He's like, yeah, he's got the book on him. Sorry, I couldn't grab it in time.
I mean, what's the plan? Do we?
Walking up to Erwin.
Oh, the boys are invisible.
Oh, okay. Well,
Seemed like it was an easier way to tailor.
Well, then why aren't you?
effective.
But this. Just hear this like. Thup, 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 thup.
As the smoky cloud drifts away.
So Layla is still there. Again, like as soon as the Magister left, Layla looked up as if kind of excited and then got confused again, and then just kind of wandered back over to the cart, and it has now just slowly but unsurely been making her way towards the palace. And you see her stop at a stand before the palace and look at a blue dress. This blue dress robe.
Is anybody operating the stand?
No.
Oh.
I will become uninvisible, and I'm gonna run over to the stand.
Good.
Oh, hey there, miss. You looking for? I see you looking at this nice blue dress. You looking to buy something for the party tonight?
I whisper to the other two, his acting skills are not great. This is not gonna go well.
Yeah, he knows the script. He doesn't need to know it well.
Does he though?
And she says, "Oh, I don't know why I'm even looking at this. I'm working all night. I don't have time for."
Oh, you're
such
working.
things.
You're not gonna get to enjoy the festival tonight.
I don't think so. And then over her shoulder, and the rest of you see Timon kind of run to the center and he is holding the flower, and he's looking around and sees her, and is now just kind of patiently waiting for you two to be done the conversation. Just kind of shifting back and forth, and those of you who are sort of next to him now can see him like rehearsing in his head.
Felix will kind of like hold the dress up and be like, "It really is a beautiful dress, you know, it's something that you maybe to impress a certain special someone." He'll look at her like,
But no, just married to my work. You know how it is.
"I do, me too. I'm very much married to my work as well, you know, tinkering with potions, I mean, or threads. But, I think that gentleman there is, he looks like he's staring right at you. Looks like he wants to talk."
And she turns and sees him, and she just gets that exact same excited look on her face, just for a moment, and then goes back to business. And he walks up and just says, "So you work very hard. And people are too hungry to do crimes. We should go to the ball." And she's like, "Oh, I mean, you know, Tim, and I'm too busy tonight. But if I can find some time, I'm sure we could get in a dance." And he says, "Well, that would be great. Please have this," and hands her the flower. "It will
Beautiful.
never die. It'll never. I made it. It took a long time. I'll see you tonight." And then he runs away.
Felix holds the dress up now.
And she turns back and is kind of just staring at the flower, and then sees the dress and holds it up, and it's like the same color as the flower.
Like the fates painted the picture themselves.
Ugh. I hate it when salespeople are right. And then she starts going through her bag looking for some coins.
Yeah, well, you know what? Some say that I'm a romantic. You can have the dress for your special night. For the special night of the festival. It's fine. It's on the house.
That's very kind.
I've made plenty of gold off of all of these people coming for the festival. I could spare one dress for romance.
Thank you. And she takes it and kind of nods to you, and then looks after Timon again and makes her way into the palace.
Well, it's a good thing that dress probably fits her, because I don't know how to tailor.
Felix, you're quite the romantic there.
I say to Ruby, like,
I'm
say you
looking-
didn't
I'm
do too
looking
bad.
Yeah, I'm looking and it's like, I didn't know you had such a knack for
Hey, what can I say? I just love love.
That doesn't surprise me.
And I don't own this shop. I can give whatever I want. See, he starts taking scarves from the stands and shoving them in his pocket.
Okay. Just because I made the owner disappear doesn't mean you should take everything.
He's gonna take everything, every loot. First the flowers, now the scarves.
Yeah.
If those two are meeting up, all we need to do now is get our hands in the book. As I turn around and look at the Magister, who is nowhere in
He's
sight.
gone. He's
gone, yeah.
I'm like, well, we know where he'll be.
But then how would Layla get down there?
Well, if she has the dance, then she won't.
Well, I
Also,
don't think it's...
We have to make sure
That's
it's
skeleton
dancing.
Layla, though.
Yeah, we gotta differentiate between Skeleton Layla and Dream Layla.
I don't know a huge
Two
amount.
separate things?
What does Erwin know of liches?
Wildly powerful people who delve too deep into magic, usually those seeking great amounts of power and immortality, and who just pull too much power into themselves and then end up losing themselves, and usually becoming these mad creatures that seek only destruction and the lengthening of their own life.
Does this seem like the MO of this particular lich?
I mean, this one seems like a bit unclear.
Oh, definitely mad. Definitely very powerful. But doesn't seem to be... I don't know, like, definitely dangerous. But
She did say, I'll kill them all.
it feels like... I could be wrong, but I think it was more like a... I killed them all. Like, whoops.
Maybe.
Like if she
Maybe.
doesn't remember.
Maybe, and I'm just going out on a limb here, following this romance thing. Maybe she wanted to extend her life so that she could spend more time with Timon.
He's a half elf, she's a half orc, yeah.
No. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so romance is in the air. Do we think they need any more prodding? When
Keep
you
an eye on
guys
her,
were
but we
at
also
the
still have to keep an eye on that book.
yeah, when you guys were at the dance, you said Layla, you danced with Felix. You danced with Layla. Why? She was looking for somebody else, and
Timid never showed.
Timon never showed, yeah.
Timon never showed.
She was wallflowering it.
Yeah. That vision we had of them dancing,
Can't hear you, Shannon, if you're...
it wasn't...
Need to... Oh, God.
Well, the vision we had, it wasn't in the palace, was it?
It was in a white room.
My impression was the garden.
It was featureless. There was really no...
Oh, alright then.
It's really the
So-
only connection is the dancing.
Yeah, so it probably was the palace. Alright, my bad. I
She's got a point,
intuited
but-
that was in the gardens.
Perhaps it's not that Timon was too shy to ask her out. It's that something happened to him and he never made it to the dance in the first place.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. We
Oh.
need to keep an eye on him.
And we look off into the distance of where he's gone, only to discover that he has also disappeared into the crowd.
Yeah. Now, again, much less of a crowd, and this time when you turn around, people... You've actually noticed, I think, maybe this is the longest that you've gone without anyone running into you. And as you are looking around, you see somebody make their way around you purposely. They don't, they actually go out of their way to go around you. And the entire time that they do, the look of intent on where they were going disappears as they just go kind of blank-faced as they're looking at you, like you're someone who they're trying to remember. Like when you see someone who you're sure that you've met before.
Does that look familiar to me?
No.
No. So it's more like the whole thing is trying to remember us.
there's a bunch of people, and every time you notice now one of them passes you and they make their way around you, they are clocking you and looking at you, which they did not do before.
Well, I wonder if the Lich can see us through that, maybe. Because the Lich must live also there.
I'm positing another idea that possibly this whole thing is actually the book, not a lich. The lich is the book.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is we still have to get our hands on that book. We're here for a reason, and it is that.
Yeah.
I think we need to keep an eye on that book. We need to keep an eye on Timon. And frankly, I'm itching to know what's inside of that pit.
Well, we've got some time left in this
loop. Do we want to try and get Layla and Timon together in this particular one, or at least find out why they don't, if they don't, because it does look rather like they haven't.
Yeah, I want to know why Timon never makes it to the ball, or if he does, what happens.
So we should look for Timon then?
Yeah.
I reckon.
Maybe he's back at his shop.
Not a bad place to start. Yeah.
So
for the
you
book?
did actually see him go west towards the gardens.
Let's go to. I love the gardens. Let's go to the gardens.
Do we want to split up? Cover more ground?
Do you want to go and look at that pit?
I want to go look in that pit real bad. I'm aching to know what's inside that pit.
I'll go with
It's
him
also
to the
where we
pit.
know the book is, so it's I don't know.
No, yeah.
Not that it's
good.
maybe it's a dream book or weird.
We now
book
know how to
book,
get
but-
down there. I don't think I locked the door on the way out, so should be easy. You can just get in through the Magis's house.
Cloud Boys. Here we go.
All right, Cloud
Nice.
Boys, have fun. Mrs. Magic Feet and I'll go and make sure Timon gets to the dance. That's one of the few sentences I was not expecting to utter today.
I spent way too long for him not to make it to the dance.
Yep.
He's got to practice.
Dead set. All right, let's go to the garden.
Watch out for elephants.
Yeah.
Okay, so making your way, so you're gonna go to the garden, and the other two are going down to the Magister's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's start with the garden. When you go into the garden, again, like much more sparse. Where do you want to go? Like, are you just gonna search the gardens themselves for him? Because
I cast Talk with Plants.
Oh, great.
And
Damn
say,
druids.
and say, guys, I'm looking for a half elf. Anybody seen a half elf? Bloke named Timon. He's probably got some flowers on him.
Oh yeah, we love Timon.
Yes. There's my favourite moment. Thanks there, Mike. Have you seen him recently?
Yeah, he just came through. He's going to his secret spot.
Where's the secret spot?
Oh, it's a secret. I don't know.
No, we're here to help him. He's got to get his groove on. We're here to help him do that.
Oh,
I reckon he's
good.
wussing out.
He is a wuss. Okay.
Do you want me to persuade the plants?
I think plants have like a 0 intelligence, so I
Plant
think they just believe you.
Oh, I love how quick they turned on their friend.
Yeah, I got a 9 to persuade the plants to tell me where
A
Timon
9.
is.
Yeah, I guess there's a small plant argument where you just hear like a couple of different strains of plants around each other. One of them just being like, "No, we can't tell them where Timon went. That's betraying his trust. He's our friend." And then it's like,
I cast Charm Person on those plants.
Charm person.
Charm plant.
Not charm plant.
But
can speak to
I
plants.
think the other ones are like, no, they're saying he's gonna help him get his groove on, and we've seen him groove. He can't groove. It's like the wind doesn't hit him. He doesn't bend his boughs. He's no good.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
I said, sir, if you go straight ahead and then you take a right and just walk right through the hydrangeas. There's
All
a
right.
big wall of hydrangeas. They're going to be picked now, so they're harder to pick out. but you would just walk right through them. Just don't even pause, and they'll let you right through. And that's his little spot.
Ah, good on you. Good on you. Thanks, guys. Have a nice festival.
Ruby's just standing there like,
As I'm talking to this bush.
yeah. Anything.
Timon's over this way. Come.
Great. What were they saying? Were they saying anything?
Yeah, they were of two minds about telling us where he went because they're good mates with him. But apparently we head right up this way through some hydrangeas, and that's his secret spot. We might not have found him without him. Good on you guys.
Oh, wow. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
What's the phrase, Ruby? All the things in upon the earth and under the sky do not exist in your philosophy.
What?
I don't know. I can't remember. Bloody Shakespeare.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, you totally misquoted that. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's a paraphrase. I think that's called.
Yeah, but best leave the theater work to me, my friend. Let's go.
So down in the Magister's house, you make your way down. The door is indeed unlocked. And now with the sun sort of starting to set over the sky again, starting to darken, you can see that there are no lights lit within.
Spooky ghost investigators.
I will cast because you can only cast invisibility once, right? With shadow
Me,
touch?
yeah.
I'll
Less than
cast
an hour, so.
Oh yeah, so
we
probably
were
still-
talking.
Oh,
to,
I'm not invisible anymore.
We were talking to Ghost Boy the entire time.
Okay, then I'll cast invisibility on myself again, if he's still invisible.
I mean,
Yeah, it
not that
hasn't
I'm
been-
really worried about anything seeing us down here, but
I just wanted to, it was important for the theme of our duo.
yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit funner this way. We just get to just casually drift through the house and the dream-like world we're in at the same time. There's a certain beauty to it.
I do feel really free.
Yeah, it's nice. As I push the stone on the wall to unlock the trapdoor.
Yeah, so again, creaking into the wall, you go down below into the old city. So again, in front of you, you can see just the torchlight, and you hear a hiss as another torch is lit around the corner, as they seem to be getting laid out down in this area ahead of you. You can see this grand staircase again, the big stalactite ceiling above, and you can hear the same sort of mumbles and grumbles. Now you actually hear someone casting a spell, their voice booming with a bit more authority, as you see some lights from below.
Is it just like a light spell? Can we make an Arcana check?
Yeah, you can do an Arcana check.
Yes, why not? That's the thing. 14?
14?
21.
Yeah, and sorry, 21.
Mhm.
It is it's comprehend languages.
Ooh.
Oh, he's probably trying to read the book. He did
I mean,
say it
he's-
was in a different language when he was talking at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe like if he said it had the history of the world in it or something, so it sounded like it's got a lot of everything. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
he's sitting there on the edge of the pit. Do you just want to grab the book and I'll just push him in?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good call. Easy.
I mean, it seems like a pretty simple plan. Eh? He's a frail little wizard. Shouldn't be too tough.
Oh, I like where your head's at.
Oh yeah. Just wait till we get there. Count to 5, and then once you get a hand on the book, I'll drag him in. Easier
Got
for
it.
me to drag than push.
All right, grab the book. Okay, I can do it.
And I want to float out into the pit and prepare an action for when I see the book get grabbed.
All right.
And
The action is cast Eldritch Blast.
and Felix will tippy toe around until he's
So
in front
Felix, I will say, Felix make a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like with levitating and invisibility, I cannot see a scenario where you get seen.
Can I levitate and be invisible at the same time?
There's a question.
Why don't I just go to the other edge of the pit?
Okay.
So I'm not levitating yet. Yeah. That makes sense.
24 on the stealth check.
Okay, yeah, very good. So you moving up, you can see, and he is flipping through the pages now, just like, what? Just tell me what you're trying to tell me. And then he goes silent, and his eyes glaze over, and he just stares down into the dark. And you actually see in the torchlight his eyes blacken all through, just becoming solid black as he looks below.
Uh-oh. I rolled 2 Eldritch Blasts. I think both of them missed.
Well,
Oh,
13.
really?
As his eyes go
11 and
black, I will
13.
grab the book to trigger that.
You all grab the book? Okay.
Yeah, I'll
So
grab the
squishy
book.
He's a squishy wizard.
You grab the book, a 13.
I mean, if he doesn't have
He
mage
does
armor
not
up,
have mage armor on, so that will hit.
cool. Drags him 10 feet into the center of the pit.
Okay.
Also does
1 damage.
1 damage.
Just like last time.
Yes, I guess
So-
the ghost just basically races forward and grabs him again, kind of like pulling his soul forward as he kind of falls towards the soul afterwards.
Okay. So, he does look up as the ghost starts to rush him, and that would undo your invisibility too, correct?
It would, yes. Yeah.
Attacking, yeah. So the book gets pulled away. He kind of watches that and then looks up with those dark eyes as the ghost comes rushing towards him, and you see him kind of smirk a little bit as he gets pulled forward, and that smirk is the last thing you see as he disappears soundlessly into this bottomless pit.
Great job,
Nice
guys.
work.
Yeah,
And
now we
then
just make
both
sure
of you
Timon
just
gets...
hear in your heads, a little bit late.
Uh-oh.
But this will be fun. Back in the secret spot, you guys walk through the bushes and you see Timon has a bunch of little pots, and he is rapidly planting seeds and growing flowers and putting them into wreaths.
Aw.
And he is a little bit tipsy. Just
Actually,
kind of whistling
I wanted on record. I was less than a dozen. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than I dreamt of in your philosophy. I was pretty
know that
damn
close.
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 It's
Yeah, I know
Hamlet,
that
yeah.
Yeah. I certainly hope that you've been practicing instead of just planting.
And he turns around and he's like, how did you find me?
Plants are traitors, mate.
They didn't.
Well, I asked them nicely, and I promised that we were going to help you, which we are.
And he looks over at just like a hedge next to him.
Not that
And-
hedge. Don't blame him.
Oh, they're all in this together.
Some
Well,
of them
the whole
didn't
lot
want
of
to.
you,
Some of them didn't
they're
want
not
to.
getting their special mulching this week. I'll
And
tell you that.
Aw, you
did have
meanie.
you been practicing?
No, I
Well,
had
how
a
do you
lot to do.
expect to get any better if you don't practice?
I'm sorry. I have to do this before the
Why?
ball tonight, and then I
Why?
might.
Why don't hang on?
Why?
I'm a pretty good arborealist myself. Why don't I do the watering while Ruby here gives you another lesson, and then we'll come with you to the ball, and you can get your groove on.
It's not about the growing. It's the replacing. The kids, those wily, horny teens. They make their way into the catacombs and they steal the flowers from the dead, and it desecrates them. And I try to scare as many of them off and replace as much as I can. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just growing some more reeds.
That's
Yeah,
very
all right. Well, I can do that for you while you do
He's
it.
very good at that. Yes, he's
Yeah.
very, very good at that. All right,
And
come
I
here.
demonstrate.
And I take his hand and pull him up into like a dance position. I'm leading for now, obviously. And just be like, all right, show me what you remember from a half an hour ago.
Okay. I'm gonna roll him a performance check. He got an 8. I'm gonna say that's at a -1, so 7.
Oh, no.
Hey, look, that's way better than he was.
And I
we
think it's
literally just went over this.
yeah,
Oh,
and it would like your hands are in his hands, and his fingers are just like in your hands, going back and forth.
No, no, no! For the love of the theater, do not wave your fingers when you are dancing with whoever you're gonna dance with tonight. No.
Oh, okay. Listen. I'm doing my best. I don't know why. I just feel like it's pointless anyway. I mean, I'm not gonna. She's not gonna show up, so there's not even any point in me.
What do you mean
going.
she's not gonna show up?
She's busy. It's not her fault. She just, it's just the way that things go.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. Didn't she say? Did well, we were eavesdropping on that conversation. So I'm not gonna say that. But you don't know that. She very well might show up. And if you're not there, you're gonna regret that. If you're not there.
No, you're right. You're right. I should be ready. So we should. And he looks at you, Erwin, and is like, I would really hate for any families to stop by after the fast and see that their
No, I've got you,
wreaths
mate.
have been stolen.
I've got you. It's all good.
Okay,
He is
Okay,
very
then,
good with the flowers.
let's try this again. And you can do another performance to try to pass on your grace.
All right.
If there's
That
anything I can do to help.
That's
No.
a 27. That's a 27.
27. Yeah. Okay. So I think you do notice that maybe his mind is a little bit more focused on things now. I think he's moved into like the smoother part of his drunk. He hasn't been hit by the
By the
oncoming.
sloppy part yet.
Yeah. So just enough to loosen him up. And now, like that, he's not focusing on his fingers anymore. You are able to sort of lead him through a passable.
There you go. See, just let it happen. Move your
Yeah.
whole body, not just the fingers, not just the feet. It's all one flowy piece.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm a
feel
flowy
this?
piece.
You are a flowy piece. Do you feel the flowy piece?
I'm very sweaty. Is that normal?
Absolutely means you're doing it right.
Okay.
Good. Well, you should probably clean up a little before we go, and maybe have some water. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're sweating a lot. Also,
Yeah.
maybe mellow out a little bit. But I think you're ready. I think she's gonna love it.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
thank you so much again. I'm gonna go. This was so kind. I don't know what to do. I offer for.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
I use Druidcraft to, because apparently I can do this, a faint odor. I'm wanting a faint, like a perfume, but a slightly manly, not very like masculine, but like quite a classy scent to puff over him. And I go, hang on, chicks dig this. Half-orc's very good smell.
Erwin, that's lovely.
Yeah, well, I tried. All right, I'll
And
get to delivery of these wreaths, mate. You have a good night.
And he does pause as he's going out through the bushes, as he's like how did, and then just keeps going.
And I tap the end of my extremely long snout. It's like plants, mate. Can't trust them.
So I think with that, maybe. So, are you going to go into the catacombs, or are you going to go do?
No, of
something
course
else?
not.
Okay. I kind of thought maybe that was the case.
No, you know what I do? I cast Speak with Animals on one of those birds.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get a couple of the birds and say, guys, can I ask a favor?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you want?
Can I get you guys to deliver some of these wreaths that we've made to some of the empty tombs in there? That'd be bloody handy if you could do that.
Like on the inside?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise I could.
I need a lot of space. I got a lot of feathers here. I got a big game. I'm we got a big game to dance out here. Don't have much spare time.
Fair. All right, no worries. Thanks anyway, guys. So
My
I
dance
summon
is
a.
18 minutes long. It's the 18 minutes straight dancing, you know.
And I bet the ladies love it. I reckon you're.
Oh, they don't. I wish they did.
Oh, mate.
They're so picky.
We'll get back to practicing then. It's 18 minutes. You know, you've got at least 3 more goes before the world ends. I summon a beast. I summon a cat.
Okay.
And I tell it to do what I requested. So fuck it.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Right.
Goes on its way with the reeds just wrapped around its entire body.
Yep. Cool. All right, let's go. Guilt. Warm bloods. Never understand them.
So back at the pit, you have just heard that in your heads.
Have we heard the Magister hit the ground?
No.
Well, only one way to find out. And William salutes and steps off the edge.
Oh no!
And starts slowly descending.
What was that the question you wanted to answer?
I want to know what's in the pit. I'm a magic wizard, you know. I'm curious.
Fair.
I'm gonna just
Felix.
die and come back anyway. Like,
Felix is still invisible, and I'm in over my head. I'm in over my head. I don't know what to do now. Oh, he's just gonna stand there,
Okay.
completely paralyzed in fear.
Okay, William. You are descending into the pit.
also realizing I don't have dark vision.
Felix will. If you don't have dark vision, then Felix will shake up a potion and throw it down there and have some dancing lights follow you down.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'll let that go. I do have my spooky ghost vision if I need it.
So you are descending. These lights now swirling around you. They are lighting up.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Lighting up the walls of this hole as you're moving down. And as you move deeper, slowly those lights start to illuminate less and less walls as it widens as it goes down. Until eventually the lights are spinning around you, illuminating you, but nothing around you. As you go into a deep dark. Looking up now, you would say you're probably 200 feet, 210, 220 as the hole above with the torchlight outside just slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
And I still have not heard anything hit the bottom.
No.
No splash, Captain.
Can go ahead.
I was gonna say I'd probably go down for like maybe like 10 minutes before heading back up, knowing that we have a bit of time before the undead invasion starts. And you know, the levitation doesn't move too fast, just like regular speed. So
Yeah.
How long does it last?
I can infinite.
Nice.
It's a ghost thing.
Oh, okay.
Just ghost things.
It's a ghost.
Just ghost things. Hashtag just ghost things.
So as you get a bit deeper still, just going, not hearing any sound, now seeing no sense of the sides of this area, just sort of floating in this void from all around you instead of in your head this time. You're really shaking things up.
Oh. Well, it's a bit just trying to find some answers.
Oh, well, it's good. I hope you find them. What do you want from this?
Well, I We're sent here to gather the book. I'm a little curious as to what you want from all this spooky disembodied voice all around me.
Well, it seems we have a similar goal. If you were to get that book, I feel like things might get even more interesting around here. I've been watching the same play for a long time. And these new elements, I have to say, are exciting.
Well, I'm glad to hear we're not the only ones trapped in here.
No, we are.
The book helps her rebuild this place each time. She remembers less and less, and I just can't wait to see what she does with those new powers once she can't build it anymore.
So if we just keep causing a ruckus and breaking things, eventually the world around us will shatter.
Seems so.
Well, well. Can I make an insight check into this?
Yeah.
Not that I'm
Felix.
particularly good at insight, but
Felix is just up
Hey.
at the top being like, what do you see?
19?
See.
19. You don't sense like this thing is lying to you. You sense that it thinks very little of you,
Mm,
and that it is genuinely entertained. That you do like definitely have its attention.
very good then. Keep disrupting the play and eventually the curtain will close. I can't imagine Ruby will be happy, but, you know. Can't make an omelet.
Where
No, we
are
don't
we?
have any eggs.
Outside of here. Where have you came in through the bubble?
Yes.
I feel we are close to others, other people, another town.
Well, I mean, we were kind of above the ocean, weren't we?
Yeah, just outside of a coastal city.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not the farthest, but we were in the middle of an ocean when we found this floating piece of rock for all it's worth.
Very good. Very good. Oh, mind the rain. And above, you start to hear the pitter-patter of rain falling in the garden.
That's my cue. Pleasure meeting you.
You as well. I'll see you again.
Jeez, I hope not.
And again.
And I will start ascending back, kind of like, I think taking out a bit of a handkerchief and dabbing his brow and just thinking like, well, that was a bit stranger than I expected, and I deal with quite a bit of strange things on a regular basis.
So you would ascend back out of the hole to Felix.
Yeah.
Who was laying like on his stomach up at the edge of the hole with just his eyes peeking over, watching down. Very concerned that you
nose.
didn't respond when he shouted, "What do you see?"
I think maybe I wouldn't have heard you over this other voice, or
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least
yeah.
very laser focused on this. Bit of good news. Turns out as long as we keep screwing things up, this illusion around us will shatter. Bad news. Strange disembodied voice in that hole that I can't really get a bead on.
Oh, is that the voice that I heard him too earlier? Not now though.
Oh, well, it sure sounded like the same feller, but instead of in me head, he was, well, all around me.
What did he say?
And
what did he
just-
tell you?
Darkness. He told
That's
me to
not good.
beware the rain. That that
Oh, I
he's
saw
been
the
down
rain.
here longer than we have. He sees the same loop over and over again as well. So whoever it is become a part of this.
Oh no, do you think that they're doing all of this? And the Lich Layla is not even the one who's doing it?
I mean, by the sounds of it, this fella is trapped down there by the same magics of some sort.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I think if we deal with this Lich, it sounded like he'd be mighty happy to have this whole thing broken so that he could be free as well.
Oh yeah, with these you should know there's a lot of disembodied voices out in the world, William, that want to get out of things, and it's not usually good. Have you read a book?
I've read a book or two, Felix. I dare say more than you have. The fact of the matter is whoever this is also trapped. And one way or another, we've got to get out of here, and we've got to get that book.
Oh, just, I'm just a little concerned for Layla.
Well, I'm sure she's having a lovely dance right about now.
So above, as the rain starts to fall, where did you two end up going?
Back to the palace, I think.
Yeah. To
To
go
the
make
palace?
sure that to see what happens.
See the
Okay.
results of our handiwork.
Yes.
So you walk into the palace. The remaining people, again, and it's strange watching this many people walk up to the palace because they walk as if they are bustled in among hundreds of people, but there are only tens making their way in. And so in the room, you can actually see very easily Layla standing off to the side wearing the dress robes. And this time you actually see Timon. And when you walk in through the front door, he is standing by the front door, kind of just behind a bunch of tables. And he's just shifting back and forth uncomfortably.
What are you waiting for?
I make myself scarce. I hide because I'm delivering wreaths. And I don't want him to go, oh shit, you haven't done the wreaths. Oh, I'm going to go do the wreaths. And I'm just like, oh no, I'm doing the wreaths. Fuck.
And he just says, I'm about to go over there. I'm about to.
Really? How long have you been standing here?
That's not. It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it does. Because if you say you're about to go over there, I know how this works. I've chaperoned many a dance.
Okay. I'm going. I'm going right now. Here I
go. Go right now.
One more thing. I'm sorry, you've been so helpful, but one more thing. How do you start? Do you just say something, or do you just start to dance and then they come to you?
Nope, not that. So here's how this works. You're gonna go up to the person.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stand up straight. Remember, flowy piece. You're all one flowy piece.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna hold out your hand and say, "May I have this dance?" in your nicest, most polite voice.
Oh.
Say it back to me. What do you say?
May I have this dance?
But ask it as a question. May I have this dance?
May I have this dance?
Yeah, and say it a little softer, Don't sound quite so scared, even if you are.
May I have this dance?
Very nice.
Okay.
And then you just, once they take your hand, you lead them out onto the dance floor and do exactly what I taught you.
Okay, here I go. I'm gonna psych myself out if I wait anymore. I'm gonna go over there.
Go. I give him a little push.
And he does. He makes his way across, and you see him kind of sheepishly, and then she locks eyes with him from across the room, and he kind of naturally straightens up and makes his way over, and she sort of points at the flower that she has behind her ear now, and he walks up, and you see him sort of stand up straight and lean forward, and she nods, and they make their way out, and the sort of sad song that you heard when you were falling in, starts to play. And they start to dance. And people around stop dancing. They just watch. And as they do, they start to gather around in a circle around them as they start to sway in time. But you see Layla looks troubled. Like she starts out really enjoying herself and then slows and then kind of stops. And when she does, Timon keeps going and dancing as if she never stopped. And she's just standing in the center of the group with everyone looking onto her. And she looks up at you. And she just says, this didn't happen, did it?
Is she talking to me?
Yeah.
What do you mean it didn't happen? It was happening right now.
I wanted so badly to remember this part.
And you did. It happened.
But not really, right? We're changing things.
I mean,
And
what do you remember?
there's one part. One part I can't forget. And then she starts to change. Her face starts to ash away and become more skeletal. Her hood just rising up, covering over that flower over her ear. And she reaches under her robes and pulls out the book. And the world around you shifts. And Felix, and Erwin, you go as well. Felix and William, you both feel the world kind of snap and ring like a towel being wrung out and unwrung again. And the Lich is there above the pit, holding the book. And the book is starting to shut itself again, and she is holding it open. And she kind of turns it around so that the group of you can see it. Now all of you standing around the outside of this pit. And you see her looking out over the city. And it's just like it's overlaid over the place where you're actually standing. She's looking over the city. She's seeing people getting attacked. She sees that sinkhole swallowing people up, that abomination ripping people out of the crowd and eating them. And she runs down into the catacombs to find the Magister, who is just
In a hole.
lying on the ground. Not there now. This is overlaid over where he would be if he was not currently falling into the endless pit. But she then she takes the book from him, and she's just cursing and swearing at him. And there's tears like pouring out of her eyes. And she turns around as the ceiling collapses downward, these zombies falling from above, and looking up, she watches Timon falling among them. And he lands on the rocks with that sickening thud. And she holds the book and just looks down into the pit. And she just says, "You said you could help. Give me the power to save them, and you can have anything." And then she starts to rise up off the ground, and that blue sphere starts to envelop her again. And the Lich now turning to look at you as their forms start to join into one. And she says to all of you, "If I forget, I'll kill them all." And then white, as you are gone once again. And I think that is where we will pause for tonight.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Some good juju, man. That's great.
Oh.
Thank you guys. That was a joy.
Yeah.
I love listening to you roleplay. It is so fun. Thank you for everybody in the chat for sticking around.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good time. That was a lot of fun. A little sad ending, but I just love listening to you guys roleplay. It is so fun. There's so many good scenes in there. So I guess we'll go around and I guess if we've got time, we'll just do a quick favorite moments around before we say our goodbyes. So I think I can start. And I think my favorite thing is just I love running scenarios because I have all these notes and I have all these things, and no matter what, always people do it in a completely different way than I expect. And Kieran, God love you for pushing the guy down the pit and then flying down there yourself. Literally the single thing I did not think anybody would do, and of course you did it. That was my favorite. Just trying to come up with what to do with that, and the interactions around it were beautiful as well.
You gave me a dark, endless pit full of questions.
Know. I should know by now. It's like catnip for him.
I can't resist a bad idea.
Oh, we know.
I think.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I've got one. Straight up. Once again, I think mine is going to have to go to Mike for all of the silly voices of all the things that I get. I was like, I can't speak with animals. I can't speak with plants, and the different voices for the different plants that can't decide whether or not to tell me what I want to know. And I particularly enjoyed talking to the bird of paradise. It's like, oh man, I can't deliver flowers. I've got a dance that's 18 minutes long and I'm rubbish at it. Yeah, really enjoyed those. That was lovely.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off of that one, I really liked the voice you did for that, and then when Erwin said, "That's all right, we'll be back when the world resets," and George was like, "Yeah, okay, what?" I loved the comedic timing of that.
I think my favorite moment definitely has to go to Sean stepping in as the dress vendor, because I was sitting there being like, I was thinking so similar. I was like, do I start selling her fruit to try and complete this illusion? And I just saw you, like, I saw the light bulb go off in your head, and you go, oh, I'm gonna run over there and I'm gonna do this, and this is gonna be so much fun. And I was just like, oh, this is great. I'm so glad. Like,
yeah. In that moment, I felt like everyone had that in their head, and it was just everyone being like, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it?
It's not something Erwin would have done.
Oh, it's definitely something that Felix would have done.
Yeah, I was like, this is the right person to do this.
My favorite part, this is such a fun little group to RP with. Everyone's characters are just so different, but the perfect group to be together in this kind of weird situation. I loved Ruby. Teaching him to dance. I think that was something we all, like, from the beginning, we were like, this is gonna happen at some point, and it was very cool to see that. That was a fun scene. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like, that last scene, Mike, was so good. The descriptions of everything. I care so much about Layla. Like, both me and Felix.
Yeah.
That's great. I was worried that you hadn't spent enough time with her yet to care, so I'm glad that got through. So thank you, everybody. I guess we'll be back next week, probably minus Ruby. Well, definitely minus Ruby, unfortunately. But I hope you'll come check us out then. Let's say our goodbyes for the night. Start with, we'll go the other way. We'll go with Sean.
Hey everybody, my name is Sean. You can find me on social media at Odo_Sean. I am the DM over at Paradise RPG on Twitch, where we play a weekly actual play D&D game. We're on season 2, we're 18 episodes in. Super fun, exciting show. You can catch up either with the written recaps in our Discord, or we have all of or 99% of our videos on YouTube. And we are working currently to update that on podcast as well.
Awesome. And Kieran.
That's me. You can find me over at twitch.tv/AgentNumberOne, where I stream during the week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch me on more D&D shenanigans over at wonders&blunders.com, a weekly running podcast, 5e horror comedy with a fun family vibe. It's a ton of fun. We're putting out our 100th episode on Monday, so we're really excited.
That's cool.
All right. And Shannon.
Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. You can find me on all social medias at sruby25. This unfortunately is Ruby's final bow. She will not be returning next week, but this has been so much fun. I love playing with this group. Just the role playing is just amazing. I'm also from Paradise RPG. I am our community manager as well as a cast member. Up until about a month ago, I played our party rogue, and now I play one of our party's monks. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm also one half of the Sean and Shannon Power Hour. Other half is down there. We talk nerdy on Sunday nights, and we recap all of our sessions. So that's another way you can catch up. On Sunday nights, we also have Relaxing in Paradise on Thursdays, where this one will paint minis and talk lore. Yeah, that's what we've been working on recently. Yeah, so we have a lot of programming, and we'd love to have you in Paradise.
And finally, Josh.
Hi everybody, I'm Josh the Pirate. I am one of the DMs over here on Roll for Damage. I run the Humblewood game on Monday night, and we've got a little something special coming up on Wednesday evenings, AWST, or Wednesday mornings if you're in the America space. Other than that, if you like my face and voice, you can also find me in Paparotica at Fringe World Perth. In January, so it's a bit of a ways away. And if you like the voice, but you think I could stand to turn the face down a bit, you could check out my vocal stylings on the podcast There Be Dragons. It's a 5e D&D gunpowder podcast where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skern Felspar and his little dragon Crush. And I believe Ep 29 is coming up very, very soon.
Awesome. And if you're looking for more D&D action, there's lots of things on this channel to check out. So as Josh mentioned, Monday nights we've got Humblewood. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. AWST, we've got the Academy of Xandar. And in this time slot, starting up again soon, will be the next season of The Scales Above. My name is Mike Farty. I am the DM over at Wonders and Blunders, so as Kieran mentioned, go check us out there. And most of all, come check us out again next week. And for now, we'll say goodbye, good night. Thank you again to Hero Forge and Sirenscape, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we are going to do a raid, actually.
Oh, we're doing a raid.
We will do a raid. I think, because there isn't very many people I know. So if I have some suggestions, but otherwise the Carney Sideshow are currently streaming. And I guess we could go raid them. That sounds like fun to me. So, hang out with us, guys. We'll go and raid them and tell them where you came from and say hi to them for us. And yeah, we'll be seeing you all next week, if not before. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.